All right, we're back. That was the shortest, stupidest storm ever. My tracking isn't on. Hang on. Wild, yeah, it was crazy short. That storm is done. It's literally done now. So that was so silly. Well, let's just start over where we left off, and we be getting back into it. Let's make sure our browser is selected. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. Hanging in there, you know. I don't know why that happened, but whatever. We're just gonna get back into the news. Part 2, round 2, first try, round 2. Good luck.
It's heating up. That as the Off-Kai Expo is almost here. Running this upcoming weekend from June 20th to the 22nd for the first time ever at the San Jose Convention Center. Off-Kai Expo gaining loads of attention by saying, attention, meet and greet attendees. For Off-Kai Gen 4, we are requiring a verification check of a government-issued ID during queue. Please make sure you bring one before waiting to meet your Oshi, or you won't be able to attend the meet and greet. Off-Kai Expo providing...
Are the throws not working now? Is everything just broken? Don't look. Hang on. Let me just do this for you. Maybe. Go all the way here. And then we'll just do that. Give you back your points. Seems to be working now. Did Nintendo strike again?
This graphic saying meet and greets ID check. ID will be checked before all meet and greets. Any valid form of government issued ID will work. This leading to numerous replies. Many would-be attendees asking Off-Kai as to why this policy change had only been communicated just 1 week before the event, with numerous others bringing up issues regarding Off-Kai Expo staff from years prior. Some of those attending these meet and greets being VTubers themselves, who potentially want to keep their identification as minimal as possible. And while this graphic says all meet and greets, we went ahead and reached out directly to Off-Kai Expo and just effing asked, receiving the clarification from Off-Kai Expo that this policy only applies to their officially hosted meet and greets. The numerous other meet and greets planned to be held at vendor booths are not required to follow this policy. These vendors may decide to require ID per their own choosing, such as per the VTuber's request, or if it is an 18+ meet and greet, among numerous other reasonings. So again, in review, the official meet and greets requiring IDs, but the potentially even more numerous meet and greets being held by vendors attending Off-Kai, not required by Off-Kai to require IDs. Days later, Off-Kai Expo would tweet, "We want to recognize and thank our attendees for their feedback regarding our recently announced meet and greet policy. To answer these questions concerns, we have updated the registration section of our FAQ page linked below." And here we have this section regarding ID checks. The first question to Off-Kai being, why are you checking IDs at meet and greets this year? Off-Kai responding, "We have enacted this policy out of concern for guest safety alongside maintaining fair chances for all attendees by discouraging scalping. We apologize for any inconvenience caused by the late nature in which the policy has been implemented. If you have any inquiries regarding privacy concerns or would like to request a refund for your meet and greet ticket, please contact us at reg@offkaiexpo.com. The next question here with how will the meet and greet ID check work? Offkai responding to that with registration staff will be stationed in the meet and greet area to verify your identity and meet and greet ticket. Only the same team that checks ID for badge pickup will be checking ID for meet and greets. Please present your ID alongside your meet and greet ticket to the registration staff. The ID check will occur outside the room and the meet and greet staff within the room will not see your ID. And lastly, we have what IDs are acceptable for verification. Offkai responding, any valid photo ID will be eligible. If you have any questions, please contact us again at reg@offkaiexpo.com. That's all leading to the creation of this t-shirt. This user saying, I'm ready to go to Offkai next week, and the t-shirt itself reading, I got deported at my Oshi's meet and greet.
That t-shirt is crazy. What a funny t-shirt to make with everything going on right now in the world. That's crazy. And I think they're doing this because they've had Offkai Expo employees like do weird stalkerish behavior with other VTubers and stuff like that. So they're trying to nip that in the butt, which is good, but you don't know who's going to be the weird stalker on your staff. So like, I still don't quite understand this, but whatever. If they're
leading to another user intending to attend Offkai to respond, can this be permission ticket to punch people? As in, anyone wearing this t-shirt, may we have permission to punch them? The original poster of that t-shirt then responding, do it, coward.
They got called out. I think that's so funny. First off, why would you say that? Why would you say this? Is this my ticket to punch someone? Why? Why would you do that? First off, wild. Wild and crazy to say that. Why? Just because someone's wearing a shirt? You know how many shirts that I've worn that are like from heavy metal bands that are clearly offensive and no one's threatened to punch me over a t-shirt that I've worn? YouTubers can't punch. What? I've worn, like, I have so many like "Thou Art Is Murder" t-shirts, and they're like clearly not, you know, into the Christian thing. They kind of make fun of it on their shirts, and I've worn a lot of those out in public, and nobody said anything to me. I also have a very old metal band t-shirt that says "No gods, just riffs," and no one said a word to me or punched me about it at all. So why now? Why people are doing it? I kind of want to go to Offkai and wear that shirt and hold a sign that says, punch me if you have the balls. Because that's freaking wild. Why would you do that? Why is the music still playing? Why is the background music still playing? Why does it do that? What's going on? My computer is completely going insane. Anyway, let's get back to it.
We'll be further covering this event in the week to come, as back with Offkai once again is FaZe Connect, saying check out our events, grab your FaZe Connect merch and coffee, and make the rounds to see some featured artists for even more FaZe goodies. Use this handy map and guide to make sure you're able to catch all things FaZe Connect at Offkai. This map even offering a section entitled Ya Buy Market, intended for the 18+ goods. FaZe Connect also sending out this alert: we're celebrating the cosplayers in our community at Offkai. Join us at the FaZe Connect booth to meet our incredible featured cosplayers. Don't miss the chance to snap a pic and see your Oshi brought to life. This VTuber agency hosting over 24 different cosplayers. All the while today, we're turning to yet another VTuber agency, that being VNU. Recently holding 5 graduations back in March, and more recently a 6th graduation in late May. As here now in late June, we'll have the 7th graduation for the year for VNU. That being for the talent Penelope Wiseman. VNU announcing it is with heavy hearts we announce the graduation of Penelope Wiseman. Her graduation stream will be June 30th, 2025. Penelope has expressed that she would like to focus on her personal life moving forward. We are saddened to hear her decision, but understood that this is the best direction for her. To ensure that all her fan support can be counted toward her earnings, memberships will be turned off 1 month after her last live stream. The acceptance of fan letters and merch purchases will be closed after July 31st. This also bringing us over to Sarah Sara Nagare, here now with this important announcement, stating after continued support for over 3.5 years, and after much consideration, she will be going on an indefinite hiatus starting on July 6th, remarking the exact date and time of the final stream will be announced soon. Also further today, we have the anglerfish VTuber Tanya this morning announcing her own graduation. That's set for July 19th, saying let's have a lot of fun together and make wonderful memories with the time we have left. And speaking of the time we have left, here we have Niana, the Gremlin Bratty tuber, preparing for her own graduation set for July 19th. In her farewell, once again stating that her 3D concert pool party was still planned for this past weekend. This 3D concert packed with indie and agency VTubers alike. Natasha Nianners that day celebrating her birthday and further attending that concert. This concert intending to play 40 songs. Unfortunately, later that night, Niana would have this tweet for us. Guys, I'm really sorry. There were unexpected tech issues and I had to only air 14 songs of the actual concert. It was really outside my control. I feel so bad. This was supposed to be my proper concert collab before my last goodbye. I'm really sorry. Further remarking, I will have the rest tomorrow. I literally don't know what else to do but cry right now. I'm so sorry. And further stating, sorry chat, I'm going to be moving this to Saturday. That being this upcoming Saturday on June 21st. This graduating VTuber elaborating, I did everything on my end. The dances, got everyone's song mixed and paid for, including rush mixes from some girls that needed to be paid extra for because they were re-recorded multiple times. Everyone's models done and outfitted, including the hosting vocals on time. The problem was the technical applying the dances to the models. They didn't let me know it wasn't finished. Because they had someone to help with the workflow, I trusted them, but they failed again to give me a finished product by the time of the stream. I feel heartbroken, like my trust was broken twice. They also let me know they were having tech issues with the program, so maybe that contributed to the delay. I extended the deadline and was willing to hire a third technician to help with the workload, and I won't stream this concert until they let me see all the files done. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I trusted everything was going to be done by the deadline since I started this project in March, but because of the technician underestimating the amount of work to be done and lack of communication, I had no choice but to air an unfinished concert rushed. I will leave the technician as anonymous because I don't want anyone to be harassed. I just want to be transparent with what happened with you guys. And speaking of...
Okay, so that's actually really good because transparency in this industry has like went out the window as far as business is concerned. That's super nice of them to just be very transparent with what happened, and they didn't throw anyone under the bus. They were just explaining what happened, explaining the issues that happened, and actually informed their community as to why it felt rushed and unfinished. We need more of that in the VTuber industry. More of that, please. Please, more of that. Good on them. Good on them for doing that.
Technical errors. Here we have Twitch.tv having their own problems. Numerous VTubers and streamers having issues with the platform. Code Miko herself saying, I can't log into my Twitch account and my Twitch page is completely gone. I haven't gotten any notice of being banned, so I'm hoping it's just a bug. As also on the subject of Twitch.tv, we have...
You know, when that all was happening, I didn't have one issue at all streaming. I streamed that day. I had no issues with anything that was going on Twitch. I don't know if it was just a weird bug during that time frame. I don't know if they were just trying to do updates and then they just did a bad job because they're, you know, making a ton of changes, trying to catch up with what YouTube is doing and everything like that. Like they just offered 2K streaming to select people who've applied for it, which cool, good on them. We're still waiting for 4K though. Twitch, what are you doing?
Had Anibe last year in 2024 making their debut, only to further update us with, so this got me permabanned on Twitch. That being a Be Right Back animation, as seen here in this profile picture, and which was fully animated. Anibe at the time saying, when one door closes, another opens, join me for my re-debut on YouTube. Fast forward 14 months later, and Anibe is now returned to Twitch and is now partnered. Remarking, I'm so overwhelmed and grateful for all the love and support on hitting partner. Last year, I lost everything, a channel I had for 4 years. Permanently banned forever, receiving threats and harassment when I posted about it. Only by getting the CEO involved did I get a chance to start again. This journey has been full of some of the lowest and highest times of my life. As we're getting low with Inami Yoki, the neat illustrator yokai, here now posting her second outfit reference sheet, remarking worship accordingly. This debut almost not being able to happen. This VTuber having issues with YouTube posting the link for the merch has been there for months. That being this link to cuddlyoctopus.com, a site known for their numerous body pillows. Yoki remarking it's fully safe for work, as me and my manager have made sure of. There is genuinely no reason for this to be an issue, especially with important events coming up. I urge you to look into this YouTube. Yoki's predicament getting the attention of Omiya Emma, remarking this is so unfair. We were both so excited to debut together, but then YouTube out of nowhere just bonked her for a link that has been there for months. Yoki's appeal being accepted by YouTube, only to then be hit with yet another strike from YouTube for her debut stream that had this same link on the description. This all while Emma has herself also now returned. Momohiro Kohi here saying I had the chance to work on Omiya Emma's new 2.0 model for her return debut. Emma also teaming up with Makeshift, asking ever dreamed of having your very own final dungeon boss? Now's your chance. The petition is now open. Help me bring this plushie to life. Oh, well, next we have Face Connect's Himemiya Rie teaming up with Claro, showing off this new look and saying I drew Hime's new Limbus Company outfit. This Face Connect member later receiving limited monetization for this stream entitled Crushing You With My Thighs. The agency VTuber in question simply replying, okay, fair enough. A similar response coming from Iko Mori.
That's so funny to reply to like something like that. Just okay, fair enough. You got me. You win.
This grubby Batgirl receiving her first ban on Twitch.tv, remarking, you know, I'm not even mad. Sayu as was worth it. That regarding the new Sayu body pillow cover. Sayu responding, my friend got banned on Twitch for showing my Daki. I've reached peak, guys. Time to graduate. I hit the high. Hikomori responding further, I could not show the booty cheeks. So while Rift Runners trading card game would post, of course, we had to make gold medal cards of Sayu. She's an absolute treasure. Find her cards at Offkai Gen 4 booth 308. As who was not having the best of times at a recent convention was Riku. Earlier this month stating, I'm honestly heartbroken. I organized everything on time for the big Dokumi merch delivery and every possible service ruined it for me. And now I won't be able to receive it and bring it to the con. A week later updating, my merch has never arrived. For once, it isn't on UPS as they weren't even handed the package. The manufacturer and their carrier seem to have dropped it at Belgian customs without scanning it. Until this day, it's stuck in customs awaiting clearance. Riku later offering up this surprise of a monster cover, while giving us a further update very quickly is Gremmy, this horror streamer here with heads up, stupid scammers are back. This isn't my icon and this isn't my Discord handle. Sorry everybody. This fake Discord handle running under Gremmy0. As we have an update coming by way of Dokibird, saying after a year since I debuted my bounty hunter skin suit, it's finally time for my first outfit reveal, and we're getting a hashtag Doki Beach episode. It's summertime fun on June 20th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Dokibird further remarking this outfit was actually a charity auction item, and your fellow Dragoon picked the theme and helped design it. Here's the silhouette. Use the hashtag Doki Beach episode for your predictions. Dokibird recently collabing with Doobie, teaching each other counter.
Doki has had the biggest turnaround ever out of any VTubers. They've flipped their entire career around, going from corporate to indie VTuber, and that is crazy to me. That's so wild. They basically just didn't let cancel culture get to them, and that's the way to beat cancel culture. You just don't care. I don't care.
Counter-Strike and Overwatch. Doobie revealing that she had originally intended to create a female Overwatch pro team years ago and might have DM'd Doki to join her team, but Doki said no, confirming the two have known each other for much longer than they had originally known. This as we're trying to know Sameko Saba last night posting yet another teaser animation, this time featuring one.
Just get canceled so much you start to gain power. That's what I want. Cancel me. Niji Sanji, blacklist me. You suck. Pluton, how we doing? Welcome in.
100%
welcome to the news and drama.
More crab butt, and also teasing this look, complete with long flowing blonde hair and a fat tail.
Wonder who this is.
The official design being leaked here by Leaf, showing off this look and saying blonde, fat tail shark. As it was also looking different right now is Nimi Nightmare. Surprising many with a 3D model reveal, that getting the attention of Ashton Martin, simply remarking pink knees. Ashton alongside Nimi and others.
Super Saiyan Gura. I think it's crazy that they are also coming back under a completely new persona.
Planning a virtual vacation.
I also find it weird that there's a lot of VTuber graduations happening from corporations and then for them to go indie. And I think it's because they want to have a little bit more control over what's going on and what they have to say about not only their brand, but like the whole thing that is VTubing, right? They want to have more control over like merchandise, streams, different things, like probably concerts and stuff. And so what was cool? Well, yeah, you know, sometimes people are just too base.
3D concert this July 5th. Current venue tickets almost sold out at this time, as Oshi Spark has also made available streaming tickets. This all while next we're checking in with Hololive English, announcing that official card game and goods are coming to Offkai, while further the Hololive fighting game Idol Showdown has announced they'll be hosting a game for your Oshi panel at Offkai. While last night Hololive English had big news. You're posting big news number 1, Hololive English's third concert, All for One, has been announced. The next concert starring Hololive English is coming to New York, that event date being August 23rd and 24th, and the venue being the Radio City Music Hall. Big news number 2 is that ticket information is now announced. The venue's seating map and ticket information for this event is up, and if you plan on watching from home, streaming tickets are available now. This all while the Hololive Stage Hong Kong tickets are sold out, and we have big news number 3. Hololive English's Justice 3D showcases are coming this August. Liz and Gigi running on August 1st and 2nd, CC and Raura the next week on the 8th and 9th, and finally a Justice collab on August 16th. Hall of Justice themselves now celebrating 1 year. The celebration entitled Operation Decode and occurring on Gigi Murren's YouTube channel. That's set for this Friday, June 20th at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. As the next day, Narissa Ravencroft will have a brand new English cover dropping on the 21st. Narissa alongside the others in Hollow Advent, now seen in this collab, that being alongside Shishiro Taiwan. The members of Advent actually making this announcement on a billboard in Taiwan, and as with so many Hololive Shishiro collabs,
I don't think America will ever get to the point where they're doing that, where they have billboards and stuff just like promoting VTubers. I think there was like one time where Gura was like singing the national anthem at a baseball game, and I think maybe another time in Times Square where there was like an ad ran on the billboard. But I don't know if America will get to the point where they start using that. It would be really cool to see. It would be super cool to see, but I don't think America will get to that. Pippa had a random billboard set up in Ohio, I think. Really? That would be kind of cool to see.
In the past, we have exclusive merch. Exclusive merch also featuring Fuwamoko, the twin guard dogs providing this moment in heaven, all while releasing a brand new song. The song actually being the ending song for the game Nekopara After. This all while eager fans still await further news on the now 3-year-ago announced title Inupara. While further along, we have V Shoujo. Offkai Expo here with, if you're staying at the San Jose Marriott or Offkai Gen 4, you might notice something special about your key card this year. Please give a big thanks to V Shoujo for their 4th year of continued support for Offkai Expo, bringing us over to V Shoujo Zentreya, holding their first ever subathon and announcing yet another U2's figure. All the while, Mari, the 3D modeler, would celebrate their birthday and remarking, "I love being a 3D artist," showing off their work here on the snail tuber Bellsprout, and further this new 3D outfit showcase for Zentreya, remarking, "I had the chance to create the original 3D Dragon's Den outfit for Zen. It is a pleasure to work with you as always. Well, next with VShojo, we have Iron Mouse teasing this new look and saying, my head is not an armrest. All the while here is Ransom potentially teasing a new Mouse look, saying, wait, I know that eye. All while Mouse would further tease, saying the surgery was a success. I am now 6 feet tall. Also officially a part of Offkai will be Kizuna Ai. After the
Iris, welcome in. How we doing?
convention, now celebrating her 9th birthday and kicking off a live event on June 30th. This is available for free on her YouTube channel at 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific. And that all the while, Amy Yamato is celebrating 14 years on YouTube, going on to celebrate with a throwback video. And as we're throwing it back to V...
Is StreamerBot still not working? Bruh. Bruh. The weather killed StreamerBot. The weather killed StreamerBot. All right. Give me 1 second, chat. The weather killed it. Zeus killed StreamerBot. I'll kill Zeus. I'm just kidding. In Minecraft. Don't ban me, Twitch. It was a joke. They call me Godslayer. Anyway.
For Mirai, here with Get Ready for Sea Spirits, Before Mirai's 3D concert at Offkai Gen 4. Dive into a magical night of original songs and anime covers brought to life by your favorite V4 VTubers. That event being on the main stage this Friday, June 20th at 6 p.m. Before also making plans for later in the year at Vexpo. Before Mirai's Gen 3 will be at Vexpo. Feel the vibe of their Neon City and stay tuned for more info. Before Mirai also announcing 2nd anniversary merch has now arrived, including acrylic standees, tapestries, and more. As also with Brave Group US, we have Idol, stating with Offkai just around the corner, we wanted to share the updated gifting guidelines, accepting letters, stationery, stickers, pens, and small acrylic items, and not accepting cash, gift cards, scratch cards, Roblox plushies, etc. Lisa with Idol remarking, no, you cannot rip your beating heart from your chest and give it to me as a blood offering. As also now back with Idol is Roka Rauren, still recovering from a major life-altering accident, but finding time to join her gen over the weekend for their 2nd anniversary. Idol also here with It's Official. Endless celebrates their 2-year anniversary with us this weekend. We've worked with Endless to create their very own extremely puntable mascot plushies. We're incredibly proud of everything that Kai, Poco, Mia, Roka, and Connie have achieved over the past 2 years. Kai and Connie set to soon graduate from Idol. The order period for their plushies only running until the end of this month, whereas the other 3 will run until July 14th. All the while, we also have the Mythos Agency checking in with Apollo, soon to be at Offkai, and here now showing off this new form, saying it's a new era and a new reason to kneel. All the while, also with Mythos, we have the return of Ares, simply tweeting out a hi after being on hiatus for months now, and saying further, I miss you guys a lot and want to let you all know that I'm okay. Uni and life got hectic and took a front seat for a bit, but things are settled down now. I'm looking forward to being back with you, streaming later in the week. As it was also streaming, of course, is Nene Amano, everyone's angel, saying your Tenchi Idol will be on stage during Offkai weekend, teaming up with the Oshi Bar, announcing we're happy to announce Nene is our 4th and final performer for the Summer Feels event. Her virtual show is thanks to the Cloud Tomos and their insane support. Nene also here with a new visual reveal, remarking, heads up, debut can't be streamed on Twitch because of reasons. Nene showing off her new look here, as the designer Dayui would also provide up this reference sheet. Out GG also remarking she dropped a new look and blessed us with new merch. Sweet, soft, and sparkly, just like Nene herself. Celebrate her new look with the cutest desk setup ever. All the while, Uwu Market would announce Nene and Tomo blind box.
I wonder if that keyboard's any good. I'm a keyboard nerd, so I wonder if that keyboard is any good at all.
Figures are here, and Soon Scoops saying we've got a Kawaii collab coming your way. We'll have phone charms available in store, and apparel will be sold as a pre-order on our website, running until June 29th. There's also 3 AM talent here with the next of our big announcements. Isn't technically at Offkai because it's with Soon Scoops. We're having 7 flavors themed after our 3 AM members. If you're in the area, head over to Soon Scoops to see if you can figure out what our mystery flavor is. Also, very quickly, we have Astraline's Lumi, oh woo, shadow dropping this new look. It's my LaDonna here with, I had the chance to work on Lumi's Western outfit. This was a really fun commission. Thank you for the opportunity. As it was also celebrating is Vialure, promising their new gin reveal on July 1st. And in the past year, now achieving 1,600 streams, nearly 250,000 subscribers, over 5,000 hours streamed, and 20 million video views.
That's crazy stats. They have a lot of Patreon audios too. And that's only 1 year. 250,000 subscribers and 20 million video views. As
who's also celebrating 1 year is Glitch Stars. Glitch Stars here now with the Virus first anniversary merch pre-orders.
Virus, you have first year anniversary merch with Glitch Stars. I had no idea you were famous.
Including Fumo plushes, deck boxes, and acrylic dioramas. As now further with even more things VTubers say is our co-host Cody.
We kick off today's segment with Jafute Raden of Hololive Regloss, the qualified art curator turned university lecturer, as she was invited as a guest to give a special lecture on media and culture studies at Kyoto University. Okamoto Ken, the lecturer in charge, went on to describe the session, saying not only was the lecture incredibly engaging, but Raden's sincere and thoughtful responses to the students' questions deeply moved him. JFT later went on to post, "It was such an honor, and although I was nervous, I really enjoyed speaking. I talked about things such as the identity and work of a VTuber based on my own experiences." For the fans who want their own little experience of Professor Raden, you can find her commentary on various art pieces in the recently released Picross, Raden's Guide to the Pixel Museum. Additionally, on the Regloss YouTube channel, you can find some new behind-the-scenes videos of JFT and the girls rehearsing their first 3D concert performed back in March. On the topic of Regloss, we catch up with Todoroki Hajime, who held her first birthday concert on June 7th, where she debuted a brand new single titled Banzai. During the concert performance, Hajime showed off her energetic dance moves, kicking high into the sky, with one fan catching the moment saying, "A scene where I kick my leg up higher than expected and almost fall backwards, but my core strength is so good that I recovered with lightning speed." Or at least I imagined that was what was happening. Bancho later caught wind of this post, admitting this was exactly what happened, and went on to say, "At that moment, I really thought I was done for." Todoroki Hajime wasn't the only one celebrating their birthday as of recent. Next, we turn to Takane Louie, who held a 3D concert that also included a handful of talented guests. During the show, Louie went on to debut her new original song, Zigzag, as well as announce that she has been appointed as an official Code Geass ambassador.
Do they do those 3D concerts with mocap suits? Or are they just using like regular old VR tracking? I would imagine that they're using some form of mocap suit, so that way they can really have like precise movements and things, similar to like how video games will have actors wear mocap suits for certain scenes.
The next birthday concert you can all look forward to takes place on June 20th, where Holics...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. They probably have him wearing a mocap suit, right? Just to work the 3D model. It's similar to like the full body tracking that some people have in VR. I would imagine that's what they're doing. I also could only imagine how uncomfortable that would be to do like a concert in basically like a sauna suit. Unless those maybe they're rather breathable. I don't know. Don't know what a mocap suit feels like. I've never worn one.
Society's Iroha will be celebrating by unveiling a new 3D outfit, inviting many guests, and of course making some big announcements. Before then, fans can take a listen at Iroha's latest song, released on June 14th, entitled A Letter Only You Can Read. On the topic of music, we visit Hololive's first idol, Tokino Sora. Sora has taken to social media to announce her new original song, Dancing Reed, will make its debut as the theme song for the drama Grapara. The show is broadcasted on ABC TV, and is a live adaptation of the manga by the same name. Meanwhile, fellow Gen member Azuki is releasing the Blu-ray version of her major debut live performance. Voice Entropy drops into stores on June 25th. Additionally, the Azuki Cross Suisei figures have now been revealed in full color. Created to celebrate the Hololive 5th Fest, it captures the moment the two of them perform together on stage. In video game updates, we check in with Pub Mobile.
Why was Paul Gag? Why did Automod flag that? But he's getting a leather suit. It's probably like that. That's so funny. Why did Automod do that? Automod, you're bad at it. You're bad at moderating.
Japan, who have held many.
I blame Twitch for Automod being bad.
Collabs with Hololive and took to social media to tease a new one. That's right, Sakura Miko will get a PUBG mobile collab, adding a limited edition costume and voice pack. Players will be able to grab the pack from June 16th, and the outfit isn't just limited to female avatars. Speaking of males, we take a visit to Octavio of Holostars EN, who took to social media to announce the start of regular streaming activities on Bilibili. Octavio has been rather busy making music, as he recently posted a cover of the Chinese song Divorce in Ghana, teaming up with V-singer Seraphina, who also streams on both YouTube and Bilibili. Also featuring on a cover was Banzo in Haka. Alongside him was Tokino Sora, Kali, Kobo, and Todoroki Hajime, who all joined Minase Rio, creating an all-star lineup to cover Mikey P's Cyberpunk Dead Boy. And lastly, in today's updates, things get a little sweeter as we take a gander at a Doki Dreams Cross Holostars Tempest collab. The Sweet Love collection features a delightfully tasteful merge of confectionery and men, with products that include checkies of the lads, non-edible chocolate keychains, and cute cookie buttons. Just remember not to put the men in your mouth. But that's everything from me. Back over to you, False.
Thank you so much, Cody. Our co-host also teaming up with Araculture. Cody tweeting out, got something to say it to my face. I'll be over at the Araculture booth for an IRL meet and greet on Friday. This is June 20th, running from 4 to 4:50 p.m. As later on Sunday at the Araculture booth, our co-host Lady will be running a virtual meet and greet that arranged from 1 to 1:50 p.m. As that is all for this episode. As always, feel free to like, and good lord, what is happening in there?
Good lord, what is happening at Niji Sanji? Speaking of Niji Sanji, this is next up on our lovely bout of news, and I have quite a lot to say about this. So let's start with this Niji Sanji's garbage.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So today we're going to be going over another massive controversy facing Niji Sanji, leaving a lot of people demanding answers from the agency, and as of recording this video, there has been no official response to what's been going on. Now, it's no secret, thanks to financial reports from Niji Sanji, that the English branch only brings in a small amount of their revenue. As you can see right here, this is the Japanese side of the revenue generation, and this is the English side, much smaller. Despite that,
that is a crazy difference between the quarters too. So like if we look at this first one, 2023, and these quarters, like the Japanese part is doing so much better than the English branch. The English branch is getting trashed on. And this is also in like million yen. So this is 4.122 million yen, 5.338 million yen. Like the third quarter is their best quarter, and usually quarter four should be the best quarter if you're thinking business stuff. And I think they are failing. And they're making a lot of their revenue, it seems like, off of commerce. Because live streaming doesn't seem to be very much of their cut here. They made a huge sale in the first quarter off their commerce. They are up at the end of the year, so they've went up. But this is wild to me that they're doing that bad in the English branch, and they have an other. I don't know what the other is, but that's
the majority
wild.
of the headaches for the company have come from the English branch, and the latest one is coming from a recent Niji Sanji Ian liver, Twisty Amano Zako.
This whole situation is crazy to me, and the reasoning behind everything and what's going on is wild.
She has been mired in controversy over the past couple of days, and as you can see, it's not going very well. She recently had her account privated, as you can see right here, and also her entire YouTube account wiped clean. And on top of that, as reported by Rima here, she's been removed from their website as a listed talent, while people like Aster Arcadia are still listed. We'll talk about him later. But to sum that up, it's very clear without an official announcement yet, she has been fired. This is no surprise to people who have been following this situation. It's not that surprising.
Yeah, this is just clearly like them firing her. Like there's nothing around it
whatsoever. But that is what is going on right now. And I talk about these events today and all the updates, knowing full well that Niji Sanji is very trigger happy with the copyright strike option on YouTube, as Kyo had suffered many months ago. They took down dozens of his videos.
And I haven't seen Kyo make any news content recently, because that's what I used to get a good amount of my news content from Rev and Kyo, and Kyo hasn't been making many videos. And this whole thing where Niji Sanji is abusing the YouTube copy strike part it blows my mind that they clearly just don't understand what fair use is, and they are trying to silence the drama and people like talking about what's going on in there. Like, that just shows admission of guilt in my eyes. They're clearly telling us that, oh, we know what's going on, we understand it, but we're just going to shut you up about it. We don't want people to know that.
Videos with a false set of copyright strikes. They love to strike down criticism, but I really don't care. If Niji Sanji wants that thunder, I guess come and get it. But anyways, recently, Twisty, on her past life account, Delulu, now for those who are not familiar with the VTuber terminology, past life account means the account they used before they joined the VTuber agency, like Niji Sanji. This is her former account, and she was streaming on this recently, which is a very bad sign. Typically, when you're in a corporation, you do not stream on your past life account, and if they do any sort of activity on that account, that is a very bad sign of what's going on. And there was a video a few days ago uploaded that shared some very disparaging statements shared by Delulu/Twisty in a leaked Discord call. As you can see, that video has been taken down by YouTube for violating their terms of service. Now, if you want the full video, I reacted to it a few days ago. It's still up on my end. And in that video, to sum it up and what she said, basically she said Indian people smell brown and they're stinky. And she said that basically all men are mentally ill and deserve to die. She also used some terms describing trans people that rhyme with Janny that I can't say on YouTube. And then she also called her fans mentally ill and shamed them for not giving her enough money and not encouraging her to stream more thanks to those donations. Now, think of that what you will. The reason I made this video is not to wag my finger at Twisty and
what I don't understand what some of these corporate VTubers think is like, more money, more donations, I'll stream more. I've been streaming because I wanted to. Like, I wanted to make videos, I wanted to make content, I wanted to share that experience with anyone who wanted to watch and join the journey. And these corpos are just like, give me more money, I'll stream longer. Do it now. If you don't give me more money, I won't stream longer. Well, it makes no sense. Are you just that concerned with making money? I mean, earlier before we had our lovely power outage, we were talking about the crypto scam. Like, you are just that hard up for money now, because most of these content creators probably don't research like how to manage their finances or how to do anything, with their finances to like reinvest in your content. That's what I do. I take my money I make from Twitch and I reinvest it into content. yes, I do use it to pay bills, but that's being an adult. You have to pay your bills. If I don't pay my bills, I don't have somewhere to live. I don't have somewhere to stream from. You guys want me to stream from the McDonald's parking lot and like run extension cords from McDonald's to my car or something? Because guess what? I personally don't want to do that. I would rather stream from my house. Like, I was recently able to upgrade my internet and I had to rework a budget to pay for it. Are you kidding me?
And say, you're a bad person. And also to say to her fans, you shouldn't support her. You can do whatever you want. The reason I react to this is just to cover some drama and also to say a very agreeable statement that, well, because of this leaked Discord call with a lot of this stuff, this disparaging statements coming out, she's going to get fired. That was the very basic premise of this video that I made a few days ago, and well, that's what's seemingly happening. We haven't gotten an official confirmation, but that is the very objective reality that is before us right now. And since that video, Delulu, on her past life account here, Delulu/Twisty, has been very active and has made a lot of moves responding to that leaked Discord call, beginning with this apology we talked about in my previous video that did not go well. This did not go well. You can see it has 4,000 likes and about 1,600 retweets, most of them quotes that are negative. The apology itself, to sum it up very quickly, it starts off decent. I think she does a decent job in the first couple of paragraphs, then it just goes off the rails. She even goes into a part where she says, as someone who lives in America, even just in 2025 alone, I have witnessed many injustices towards marginalized communities. And she starts like virtue signaling about that type of stuff, and also says that her use of disparaging statements about various groups was out of a source of overprotection. It just didn't really work well. And
I think she needs a manager. She needs a manager that's actually going to do something properly. Like, if you're building a brand, you have to build the brand not just around you as a VTuber and your like personality, your persona, all that fun stuff. Like, you have to really think about how you conduct things and how you do things on the internet with that brand. Yeah, it's free advertising on the internet, but to what extent, right? Like we talked about earlier with Adam22 and the crypto scam, like you tweeted out to millions of people about a rug pull meme coin. You got your $100,000 or whatever it was that you got paid, and the rest of your audience got screwed out of their money because it got rug pulled.
A very ill-advised decision. She decided the next day to make a full 30-minute stream, making a second set of apologies with the stream title, A Sincere Apology and My Truth. And as you can see in true Niji-Sanji fashion, it is a black screen stream. Now, of course, it's 32 minutes, and also the audio on this is insufferable. It is so low volume that even like trying to get some clips and then boosting the audio, you have to do it so hard that it makes it like bass boosted, and it like will hurt your eardrums if you're listening to it. So in the spirit of that, I'm going to simply summarize the main points, right? So she described many different things, beginning with the Discord call that was leaked, saying she apologizes for her disgusting behavior and all that sort of stuff. And she talks about how she had a very rough time with Niji-Sanji, and that was something that she mentioned in the Discord call that was leaked, that she was having a very tough time with the company, and I definitely believe that's the case given everything that's going on. And that she even asked,
I believe that a lot of those EN VTubers and Niji-Sanji they're just, oh. Shadow, thank you for the resub. Welcome in. Talking about the news. Now, anyway, back to what I was saying. Niji-Sanji clearly is having a lot of trouble with the English branch, not just in like forms of financing. They've been graduating tons of VTubers. They've also been like just going crazy where like they're being exposed, their management is being exposed, a whole bunch of other things are just happening on their end, and it's not a good look for that branch. I foresee this branch possibly shutting down in the future because they're not quite holding up to the margins that the Japanese branch is. They're probably also a little bit younger, right? The Japanese branch is probably much older, and the English branch was their way of like trying to recruit more Westerners to be a part of the Nijisanji corporation, so that way they can expand. And that expansion is falling flat so far.
To quit at one point, that was not given to her. And also, she says a lot of this is public because she's tried to work things out privately with the company and just hasn't worked out. And on top of that, she brought up a lot about a current Nijisanji Ian Liver, Aster Arcadia. And this is a situation that is very, very deep, and we'll get into more deep.
Yeah, the Aster Arcadia situation is so deep that I'm surprised that they, as a company, are okay with this person representing their company, even though that they are just such a giant PR risk.
But she goes into details trying to allege that he has very manipulative behavior and that he targets new female talents in the agency as well as other agencies as well, and tries to get them to come to Japan to come see him. And when they reject those offers, he gets very angry with them. And she tried back in July to spark an investigation with Nijisanji to look into some of his behavior, his alleged behavior, and nothing really came of it. And she even played a clip of an audio call with him, which honestly is not super productive in any sort of a way. It doesn't really dig that deep, but he honestly sounds pretty weird in the clip, but that's all we really have for right now. But also, she talks about another situation where a coworker of hers at Nijisanji leaked one of her new outfits, which for those not familiar with the VTubing scene, new outfits are a really big deal. So when someone leaks something like that, it's spoiling a major event for their channel. And also, she would wrap this whole thing up by basically saying she's sorry for everything and she's owning up to her own past actions and stuff like that. That was really the statement until about a half a day later, she added a pinned comment, which would somewhat contradict a lot of the things she said in the statement. Again, ill-advised. I don't know why she did this, but she says in number 1, she has full receipts and Discord logs of everything going on. And if she does, I hope she shares this. She has nothing to lose. She's clearly getting fired from this company. And I hope if she has evidence of a thing she's claiming about this company and some of the members, please share it. It'd be very valuable. And then number 2, she says, quite frankly, I don't care if what I said upsets people. I don't regret my words, which is like a direct contradiction to the 2 previous apologies. But anyways, number 3, don't begin to assume you know anything about my job, contract, or terms when you have absolutely no idea outside of, oh, well, this person said this. Sounds like
that means nothing to what happened in that Discord call. The things that this person said was horrendous and just very damaging to their career and their image as with that company. I don't care what your job is doing to you. You can get a new job. You can get a whole different job. Like, I've been a very big advocate of people don't leave jobs because of good management ever. Like, having a good boss, people don't leave those jobs. They stay with those jobs. There are a lot of people out there that will stay with a job because it pays well, even if management is shit and they feel like they can't do anything else because they've worked a job so long. But I've never in my life seen people leave because of good managers, good bosses, and like actual good work environments.
The voice actor for Paimon, when they're saying, you know nothing about what goes on at these unions and the voice acting scene. You're too dumb as as a random citizen. Like, we understand, like, the things look pretty bad on all ends here, but anyways. Number 4, she says, I wanted to leave in August. I wanted to leave again 4 months ago. I believe her 100%. It seems like she had a very bad relationship with Niji Sanji. And then number 5, she says, I don't hate all men. I think they're all mentally ill, but so are all women, and so am I. So,
what does that mean?
I would have just left this one out. I don't think that.
What does that mean? I don't hate all men. I think they're all mentally ill, but so are all women, and so am I. So, why does that sound like that they had Chat GPT write this? Did they just go into that and say, I need an apology that I can pin to my YouTube video that talks about blah, 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 blah. And then they gave the video to them and they're like, here you go. Here's something that will completely damage your career.
That's helping anything. Number 6.
What an idiot.
6, I have no issues with Brave Group. She mentioned another VTuber agency. I don't think people really care too much about that. But number 7, in quotes, you're deflecting blame. 2 people can make mistakes at the same time. 100%. I agree with this.
I also agree with that. Humans can make mistakes. And fun fact is, 2 humans can make mistakes at the same time. Heck, even 5 humans at the same time can make mistakes. I've worked jobs where people make mistakes all the time. It happens. We're not machines. We're not programmed to do that. We have flaws, and it happens.
This is like the main takeaway from everything, right? She definitely made mistakes, okay? But I think Niji Sanji's making a lot of mistakes too. And the things that are being alleged about their company, some of their talents, and the things they might be hiding based on these allegations are much more serious than a leaked Discord call where some mean things were said about various groups. I agree with this 100%. Again, I'm not just wagging my finger at Twisty/Delulu trying to judge her and all this stuff. People can support her or not. I don't care. I just said that the thing she said was going to get her fired. But I think the most interesting thing about the leaked call was some of her comments about Niji Sanji. And it's something that I think lines up with a lot of the statements of former talents. But anyways.
Which Rev is not wrong about. A lot of her statements are lining up with a lot of other statements from ex-Niji Sanji EN talent. And that alone, chat, should be a huge red flag for you guys. It should be a huge red flag to just be like, well, you know, the fact that 10 people are saying the same thing, that company can't be that bad, right? Right? Nah, dude, that's like that's where the line should be drawn, you guys. Like, you should be able to read that and say, oh, if 10 people are having all the same experiences and saying all these things about X, Y, and Z, then that should be good enough information for everyone to be like, oh, Niji Sanji bad.
I didn't know this. Like, I didn't see this until now. It looks like number 8 is gone, or was this supposed to be number 8? Whatever. But number 9 is a very controversial one. Okay. She says,
That's
number
crazy.
9, I will never apologize for being a lolicon. I will continue to do incestuous lolly.
All right. That's crazy. Why would you care? Why would you just care to say that when you're trying to apologize for all the bad things that you've said, and just you're amplifying more? Oh no. So is it safe for me to assume that some of these talents at Corpos they're very young? You guys think that's a safe assumption to make, that they're rather young? They're probably in their early to mid 20s, not much life experience or business experience at all, or even as far as like building a brand. They don't have any of that experience behind them. And like when they get into a corporation, they just listen to these old people who think they know what they're doing, but when in actuality they're also just kind of throwing the buoy out in the water and hoping that they catch a fish with nothing. Oh, is my TTS not working? Ow.
1, 2, 3, 4. Jojo, pose, pose, pose. Fighting.
Oh, okay.
Fighting God.
Right. We continue. Now that everyone's played all the expensive ones for cheap. Are we ready?
Roleplay. Yeah, you know, the thing is, I think of all the things people were mad about, this was probably not something that needed to be addressed.
This absolutely did not need to be addressed. I don't know why they felt the need to say that. In their pinned comment under their YouTube video, it has 75 replies. I want to know what some of those replies are. I don't think Rev goes into those replies because the next half of this video talks about how Aster is completely weird. But why would you have that person in your business? I would fire that person before anyone else.
Like, there's only two reactions people have to this statement, right? They're either saying, based, or they're saying, you're a predator. Okay, and that's a lot of the Niji Sanji fan base. They're antis, that's the way they act. I would have left this out of the 9 commandments she made here, because it's really not that important. It's not a hill to die on, it's just more divisive stuff. But anyways, that was the set of...
You just gave them more reason to hate you. Like, you didn't fix the situation by apologizing. All you did was just give a completely weird reason. Our World, thank you for the follow. You just gave them a weird reason to hate you even more. I don't understand why you would say shit like that. Don't do that.
Comments and her pinned comment, and yeah. So that brings us to the inevitable result of this video. Aster Arcadia, a fellow Niji Sanji English liver, who has had a very tumultuous couple of months. And a lot of people are looking at this situation and
crazy.
Very obvious.
That's a crazy picture to put on screen just to get rid. That's so crazy.
Firing of Twisty as a way to protect Aster. And the company has a very documented history of picking favorites, right? That is something that is very obvious from a outside perspective.
That is very true. Niji Sanji clearly has favorite talent. They clearly have favorites, and they pick favorites, and they hold on to those favorites and make those favorites so happy that it's almost disgusting. What a crazy picture to have on screen
as well as
right now.
Based on some of the experiences shared by people who were in the company at one point. And a lot of people are looking at this and saying, are they silencing her to protect him? And you can see, it's been 6 months since his last stream. And at this point, it's like, does anyone at Niji Sanji actually stream? But a lot of the controversy really began with this leaked Discord screenshot that has been confirmed, allegedly, by multiple sources at this point, where he's talking to a fellow Niji Sanji InLiver, Scarlet, and he just looks like a manipulative weirdo. Like, honestly, just a gigantic weirdo, a very aggressive person. And poor Scarlet, please free her from this organization and their fans.
For God's sakes.
She, about a year ago, was canceled by her own fans for eating Starbucks. Yes, they got mad at her for trying cakes at a Japanese Starbucks because apparently that was on the boycott list because people believed supporting Starbucks would genocide.
Okay, so their fan base completely canceled them because they went on the taste test spree, as one would do in Japan. Because of course, why not? Dude, if I went to Japan, I would be at every fast food restaurant that they have because I want to know how different the food is. I would be going to every restaurant that is similar, like a Starbucks or anything like that we have in America and Japan. I would be trying their food because I want to. And I want to have that experience where I can compare and contrast and be like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I guess I don't need to be told that American food is bad. It's just bad already. But like, they probably have really good food. They probably have completely different cakes than what we have over here.
Children in Palestine. And the irony of that, of course, being YouTube is also on that boycott list. So the people that were watching her stream were also violating the same boycott list that they were using to chastise her and say that she deserves to be deplatformed or game-ended or the other disgusting things that they said. But yeah, free her. But anyways, we have this. It sparked a lot of rumors and controversies that were seemingly, allegedly, confirmed by this video uploaded 6 months ago by False ID, where he shared some testimony from a secret Niji Sanji Ian Liver, which I think based on circumstances, it's very obvious it's Twisty / Delulu, and there was a lot to say about Aster.
One section between this individual and the Niji Sanji English Liver reading, when I had a mental breakdown and went to Twitch, it was because Aster was saying like he wants to fly me out to Japan, saying weird actual S. X-pesting my friends. I went to management, they wouldn't even speak to him. I was really considering graduating. And of course, meaning that they were considering leaving the company of Niji Sanji English. This Niji Sanji English Liver continuing on, but my manager talked me out of it. It feels gross to me, like I feel like I am hiding his behavior. Because it's not just me, it's many, many girls, a lot of my friends.
You are.
When being asked why management had not taken action.
If your management tells you and begs you not to quit because you're like trying to file a complaint on another employee that also works for that company and they won't do anything about it and they are aware that it's been happening multiple times, it's terrible to be a part of that. I would have left. I would have been like, nope, I'm leaving. Get wrecked. I'm going to tell everyone about this. I don't care about the NDA. Sue me. Whatever. Like, Niji Sanji bad. It's not that hard.
And this Niji Sanji English Liver then replying, I don't know, but I assume they are scared to fire after what happened. And then citing bad PR, that being bad public relations, meaning this Niji Sanji English Liver believes that Aster was not reprimanded because Niji Sanji English did not want anything like this being made public, even if Aster was found to be in the wrong. This Niji Sanji English Liver then finding out these communications had been forwarded to us and then directly reaching out. A call then being set up between us and this Niji Sanji English Liver. This anonymous Niji Sanji English Liver then telling us they were considering speaking to us about the subject regarding Aster Arcadia, calling this the fault of the company and the individual, that being Aster. Firstly describing that many Niji Sanji English Livers within the branch simply stay away from Aster, especially within voice chat, either not wanting to be dragged into games or into uncomfortable conversations with this Niji Sanji English Liver.
The results of that video are pretty devastating for Aster and Niji Sanji. This is the sort of swan song for Aster, his last post, his pinned comment. And as you can see, he's getting absolutely blasted in the comments, ratioed in many cases from people calling him a sex pest based on these allegations.
That's wild.
And yeah, it just doesn't look good. People demanding answers. And as a result of that video from False ID, and I believe that is the primary reason for this public announcement from Niji Sanji. They announced that they were launching a course of action, an independent third-party investigation into issues facing their company. This investigation will focus on the issues of sexual harassment and unauthorized information leakage to outside parties. Understand this. This is how scummy this company is. On the scales of importance, they weigh potential sexual harassment with people being a whistleblower. It's the same weight of importance for these people.
That is the craziest thing ever. And if an HR department heard that shit in America, they would be freaking out right now. They would be like, no, not at all. That's not. Oh no, the management and the corporation itself, just the people who run Niji Sanji in Any Color are wildly just trying to stay afloat right now, and they're trying to manage PR, and their public relations is so bad at this point that they really want to try to fish anything back. Like, bro, just close the English office, go back and work with the Japanese office, focus on that, because you're making more money there anyway, and you're making more money period with that one anyway. Your EN office isn't bringing you that much money. It won't be that much of a loss. You'll probably make more money if you get rid of the EN office and you start focusing on the Japanese office. Just saying.
And this investigation, by the way, has been going on for 6 months. We've heard nothing. Nothing. Twisty comes out with her own controversy. She's clearly gone within a few days. Aster
Wild
is still there. He's in the sort of jailhouse for now. 6 months, no streams, but he's still there. And looking at the comments, these are the responses to that proposed investigation. Look at the sycophants. Look at these disgusting sycophants, these Niji sisters, appreciating the straightforward update. Thank you for taking actions and proper investigation. Thank you for the updates. I prefer hearing from the official investigation than aunties and drama tubers. Ayo, unironically Niji W. I'm happy you're going to be investigating Aster. Notice how like half of these people have to be blocked, by the way. Judge me by my enemies. But yeah, sycophants just like
hilarious.
Riding on Niji Sanji for saying they're going to investigate not just a potential sexual harasser, but also a whistleblower. And 6 months later, there's been nothing that has come from it except for, ironically, the termination of the whistleblower. But False ID would release another video a couple days later talking about Aster Arcadia's sudden disappearance, but also some testimony from a former Niji Sanji Ian Liver who always had bad vibes about Aster Arcadia.
So while before that statement from Niji Sanji, after the release of our video on Thursday, this past Friday, Quinn Bennett would tweet out, "All I'm saying is there's a reason the podcast only lasted 2 episodes." Quinn Bennett, formerly being Kyo Kaneko of Niji Sanji English, a wavemate of Aster Arcadia, who alongside their other wavemate, Renzoto, had hosted only 2 episodes of the Moon Bros podcast. Quinn later taking to stream to clear things up.
Essentially, I was sent a video by someone, a friend of mine, who knows I had my personal issues with the person that the subject of the video was about. I can't really say names or be uber specific in any of this because I'm not trying to get sued, and I don't know if the messages in the video are real, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea. But I will say what I do know is real. So I already didn't like this person, not because of these allegations specifically. I didn't like them prior to this, due to the way that me and them interacted, the way they treated me and some of my friends. We just weren't compatible friends, okay? But another reason I didn't like this person is because there were some stories going around and some things I saw where they behaved weird towards women, okay? Nothing criminal, Nothing to the extent of what has recently come out, but I didn't like how they seemed kind of like they would like nag certain women about certain things or kind of put them in positions to feel guilty.
There's this chatter that says the news about this person is already old news and got debunked. Wow.
Or pounce on like newer members that were in the company and that didn't know about this behavior. Like they were not the most healthy when they interacted with women. And I'm going to be honest about that. I'm not going to cover it up. For lack of a better term, this is how I would imagine an incel would interact with women, right? That is like that's the easiest way.
That's the craziest way to word that. The craziest way to word that. Is my TTS just broken right now? Everything's broken. Power outage ruined everything. It's not working. Great. Where is it? Add. Run. Upcoming ads. Okay, well.
This way I can explain it without giving specific examples and airing out specific people's business.
All right, chat, we got ads coming. They're playing right now. We will be right back and we'll finish this up. And we got more news. Don't go anywhere. BRB. She is mommy. No, she's mommy. She's definitely mommy, guys. I have another question. Yellow jackets are the Enderman of IRL bugs. You look at a yellow jacket and it just starts screaming and stings you. Is that what you call that? Is that what I call what? What? Supervising? Helping? That wasn't helpful. I just stood there. I walked outside. I came around the other way. And I was just like, yep. Looks like a water heater. Looks like a problem. We should fix this. That was it. Guys, I don't know what you want from me.
At least the guy didn't burn himself. What do you mean? Last time I had sex on a jacuzzi, my body got so hot the guy almost burned his dick.
What? Whose dog are you? Are you my dog? You are my dog. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Where have you been? Here. Oh my gosh. Oh, we have armor for you. No, we don't. I'll make armor for you. Of course.
Oh, it's gonna break. Yep. Dang it. That stinks. I love that emote. I love it. Goals. Goals. Anyway. No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. You guys, what? What do you mean? I didn't say goals. I didn't say that. I said what a nice emote. I said what a nice emote.
Donovan D. Dawson's a dirty dog. He farts in the garden wearing his car keys or looking for his car keys.
Down there, get in. Ow. In. You idiot. This is gonna be a big old pain in the butt, isn't it? Come on, sheepies.
Oh. Can you say it in Japanese? Long pause.
兄ちゃん、私に遊ぶよ。
I'm on a
it a
mission.
bot?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Bye. Banhammer, thank you, Ame-chan. You're a what? I'm sorry, Pyro. I didn't know what I'm focused, okay? I want this thing. I want to get to the end, alright? Alright. That was fast. Yeah, I had nothing smart ass to say. I couldn't come up with anything good on the spot. I apologize. I know that's a letdown for all of you. This brick.
They're both right there.
Yoo-hoo.
Okay, I will be risking my life. I will run through.
Okay.
Oh, nope. They're not
Nope.
aggroed. Okay, they're back, I think. Alright.
Okay, next person, run through. No.
Alright.
Not aggroed. Oh.
Nope, they're aggroed. They're aggroed.
Nope, he's not aggroed.
Nope.
He's not aggroed. He's not aggroed. I'm gonna die.
Hey, you want a lighter? Do you have protection?
I have a lighter.
Here you go. Oh shit.
Okay, well, guess what we get to try today?
No treating the rope. I want to feel that burn. I want to feel each individual fiber cut into my body when we tighten it up.
Yes! Choose violence every day! I love it!
That's my chat for you. They're just like, oh, you have throws? We're gonna bully you. We're gonna bully you to the fullest. Throwing everything
You decided
at
to
you.
bully yourself by putting them there.
It's okay, I
You
like
brought
it.
those on yourself.
Wait, I didn't say that. You didn't hear that. You guys didn't hear that. Blair, we're doing a Goofy Goober strat, I think it's called. Sheba confirmed it in chat.
I have 8 rows horizontally and 8 rows vertically that I can use. I 64 math brain. Yeah, 64. Look at me go. I did it. I did it. I have 64 buttons per page. Welcome to Hot Takes with Hero. Are you worried about your highlight reels being taken away? Because Twitch wants to enforce 100 hours of highlights? Well, there is a solution. Since you are being a little irresponsible with your data, you can get something called the Twitch Downloader.
It is a very helpful tool that will mass download your VODs clips, and there's even a website that will allow you to turn all your highlights into a URL, and you can take that URL, plug it right into Twitch.
All right, we're back. Let's finish up.
Business. It was like trying to watch someone that was very bad at interacting with women or didn't know an appropriate way to do it in an appropriate time, do it.
Yeah, not looking great. But anyways, long video. My apologies, but this is the swan song of today. Delulu making this recent post saying, finally, pew, with a little party popper here. Clearly lining up with the shutdown of all of their Niji Sanji accounts. Clearly, they're celebrating moving on from the company. And honestly, like, all of this stuff aside, you know, my criticisms of Delulu/Twisty, they need to get out of there. Okay, I think they'll do much better as an indie. I don't think they're a Doki Bird type person where they're going to go indie and, like, blow up. But I think they'll do much better as an indie. I think that's better for them. They're edgier. That's fine.
I agree that they're going to do much better being an indie than they are working for a corpo. Being a corpo VTuber is not for everyone. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. It's not for everyone.
Fine, right? Like, who cares? And their true fans probably like that stuff anyways. So this move away from Niji Sanji is a good thing. I mean, they even questioned in the leaked Discord call why Niji Sanji even hired them in the first place. And I think parting of the ways here is great. And if Delulu/Twisty has evidence against Aster or anyone at Niji Sanji, they need to share it.
They need to share it
because something has to be held accountable here for an organization that is allegedly doing many things wrong. They have been no stranger to controversy over and over again. Don't even get me started about the whole Doki Bird/Selen controversy. That's just, like, disgusting, and we've talked about that infinite times. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, that situation was crazy. It's wild that, I mean, dude, come forward. If you have all that stuff, all that information, come forward. Why are you just sitting on it? Why are you just waiting and hoping that someone else comes forward with that information as well? We have another Rev video talking about the Marvel's Cringe Ironheart series.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So if you've been paying attention at all, you know over the past couple of years, it's been a really rough time for the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2025. All their movies have, financially speaking, flopped. We know Captain America Brave New World has done really bad financially for Marvel and Disney, and also their recent Thunderbolts movie has flopped as well. And honestly, I enjoyed Thunderbolts, but again, financially speaking, it just didn't do well. Now, the rest of the year only has one movie in store for Marvel, and that is the Fantastic Four. And we'll have to wait and see how that pans out in about a month. But the only thing between now and then is the release of Ironhearts. And as you can see, the reception of this proposed series is not doing well. 217,000 likes versus 521,000.
That is a crazy ratio. Crazy. The series is not being, it's not getting good likes. It's not, apparently not good. No one likes it.
Dislikes. It turns out people really don't like this sort of concept, a sort of Robin Hood type theme where the protege of Tony Stark goes around with the wit and intelligence but needs to steal the parts to make it happen and make her own suits. Yeah, people are not responding well to this concept, and they've done everything they can to prop up the series, including bringing out Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr., to give this series 2 thumbs up, despite the fact that he hasn't actually worked with the actress Riri Williams, who is behind this Ironheart series. But anyways, A lot of people were like, wait a second, this is not trying to one-up Iron Man, right? Well, Riri Williams, the actor behind the main character of Ironheart, said she wants to continue Stark's legacy, making a very clear connection between the two that a lot of people are side-eyeing, to say the least.
That's a
but
good,
anyways,
good comparison.
This series has highlighted a lot of things that people probably don't care about whatsoever. One of the big selling points was this headline right here, where they hired a trans actor to join in on the series, and this person said, we belong there with the big guys, because apparently the identity of the actors is a selling point that will make people watch this series. Okay, brave endeavor, very stunning. But anyways, Entertainment Weekly has come out with a piece very recently, about 2 days ago, sharing something that's getting a lot of attention on social media right now. You can see the headline: Drag Race's Shea Coulee reveals intel on Ironheart character's secret past. Fierce hacker bringing drag to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In quotes, you'll be seeing the diva in some looks. Shea exclusively tells Entertainment Weekly of Slug, her Ironheart character who's on the run from a past that includes drag, which is a weird set of phrasing. Are they running away from the fact that they used to do drag? I don't really understand. But here's another quote from that same article where the actor says, I help a group of urban Robin Hoods to take away from the privileged and help give back to the community. I'm there to help out on all the missions that go down trying to shift this power dynamic in the version of Chicago we see in the show. Yeah, this will definitely bring people into this series. The average American or the average viewer across the world, they'll see this sort of concept and they'll rally behind it. I am 100% sure this will resonate with the average viewer. Actually, you know what? Let's make it clear. This appeals to who? The modern audience, who, as we know, doesn't show up. But there was a tweet from Marvel Updates sharing that exact same quote we just read. And look at the comments. If you want a sense of how people are reacting to what's going on here, here's your chance to understand. We already had this show and it failed spectacularly with Robin Hood. Honestly reminds me of Fair Games, the upcoming Sony game that's going to flop, by the way. But here's some more former drag queen. How do they define currents? It's a good question. LMAO. It's like they want us not to watch. Their terms are acceptable. Another box office loss incoming. There are so many amazing reasons for me not to ever watch this crap. Next time you guys just want to throw away money, I'll take it and spare you the shame. I, for one, applaud you for putting all of these ideas in a place where nobody will see them. Very good comment right there. But, of course, very recently as well, about a week ago, Marvel came out with another trailer for this Ironheart series, their official trailer number 2, and as you can see, not doing much better.
No.
Well, you know what? Let's give them credit, right? The like-dislike ratio has improved slightly. They're still getting ratioed by dislikes, but
they are getting ratioed hard.
They're doing a little better. But let's watch a little bit of this trailer.
They're not doing very good.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing
is that Disney
is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down.
What?
See what you're made of.
This is just boring, man. Like, you know, forget all like the virtue signaling and all that stuff that people are talking about and that we've looked over in the first couple of minutes of this video. It's just kind of boring. It's really all there is to it. And the reception of this trailer, as we saw by the number of dislikes, is not good. But going further, look at the comments. This is just the top set of comments.
The first comment: if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. Tony Stark. Oh no, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Not curated in any sort of a way. This is just the way it.
From the whole pirate community, we're not putting this on our sites. Take a shot every time she or another character calls her a genius. Every Disney Plus trailer that comes out just assures me that my choice to cancel my subscription a year ago was the right call. This is the reason why Tony Stark became Doctor Doom.
It presents itself. First one saying, if you're nothing without the suit, then you
Lush has an 80 stream streak. Let's go. Let's go, stream streak.
Shouldn't have it. Tony Stark. From the whole pirate community, we are not putting this on our sites. Take a shot every time she or another character calls her a genius. Every Disney Plus trailer that comes out just assures me that my choice to cancel my subscription a year ago was the right call. This is the reason why Tony Stark became Doctor Doom. Wow, it's like she's got a heart of iron. Say that again. Looks like she's combining technology with magic at some point. I can't believe they made Black Girl Magic canon. The moderators working extra shifts in the comments section. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
but
of
course,
it's crazy.
With the negative reception of both trailers, there's been a very weird set of comparisons. So you can see this article from That Park Place saying, Marvel's Ironheart trailer drops the same day as Superman. Fan reaction is brutal as Ironheart dislikes explode. And
That's
it's kind of
so
crazy
funny.
to think about, right? Ballsy by Marvel to drop their trailer for Ironheart on the same day as Superman. Now, let's be real. The Superman movie has been controversial as well, right? A lot of people are criticizing various aspects of this trailer.
Look at that like-dislike ratio, though. 531,000 likes and 18,000 dislikes. They're doing way better than the MCU.
And the story of this movie in its entirety. But look at the amount of attention this gets. Way more attention, and also, despite everything and all of the criticism, it still has a roughly 95-ish plus like to dislike ratio. Compare that to Ironheart. Completely different. And looking at the second trailer of Superman from 6 days ago, same thing, right? It's like a 95+% like to dislike ratio. People are receiving this much better than Ironheart. And people on Twitter will tell you this is the result of racism, but I think it's just a better story and something that is appealing to more people than Ironheart. It's really that simple. There's no reason to go to excuses like that because they're just not there. But That Park Place also made an article saying Ironheart promo backfires for Disney/Marvel as fans spot copy-paste bots promoting Disney Plus series. Now, this article is sourcing the master of the TDS here, where he shares a bunch of, well, copy and pasted bot responses trying to promote this series. And look at this, dude. Pause if you need to. It is absolutely shameless in every regard. This is what Disney Plus is resorting to because they can't promote this properly. They know the story isn't there. They know people are not interested and they're not responding well to what they've seen. And this is the results. They're resorting to botting. That is very, very sad for
That's
them.
wild.
Now,
They're
here's
resorting
a
to
last
botting.
little article here from That Park Place once again, where they share that Marvel's Ironheart star hints at Avengers role despite fan backlash and trailer dislikes. Yes, I am sure that right now, in a very much struggling Marvel Cinematic Universe, what they need right now for their Hail Mary pass, that is their upcoming duo of Avengers films, they need Ironheart. That's what's going to save them. You know, I really like Marvel. Okay, I've enjoyed many, many of their movies over the years, but what's happening right now is just sad. and I wish things would get better. And like I said, I enjoyed, for example, Thunderbolts. Okay? You can disagree with me. But I feel like films like that are not getting the support they might deserve because Marvel's done such a bad job over the past couple of years that it's turned off fans or potential fans of their movies, and it's causing them to suffer. And they keep doing this stuff. They keep putting out bad projects like Ironheart that are not connecting with people the way they intended, and they just keep doing it over and over again. And I feel like, as many people have commented, that they tried to hide this series. They announced it many years ago, and there was delays, and I feel like they just thought people would forget about this, but no, people did remember, and eventually it came to put up or shut up, and here it is. And a lot of people are responding.
They put it up, and now they have to shut up
very negatively to this series, and it'll be releasing very soon. And how the audience at Disney Plus responds to this, well, we'll have to wait and see. But based on some very observable facts about the fan reaction to this, you have to guess it's not going to go well. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, not a fan of that happening. Have we had any other news? Let's check the front. Yep, 2 hours ago we have this.
So recently I've been doing a lot of studying, a lot of research into various medical fascinations, and the one that really caught my attention is a diagnosis known as ADS, Asmongold Derangement Syndrome. Now, the greatest patient of this very crippling disease is, of course, Hasan Piker. Anything that happens in his life, the first thing on this man's mind is Asmongold. He's very hateful, very spiteful towards Asmongold, who dethroned him as the top political streamer on Twitch, a title that Asmongold doesn't even care for, but it really hurt the feelings of Hasan Piker. And ever since that happened, ever since that transition, he has been extremely obsessed with Asmongold. Anything that he does affects.
I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the whole situation with this, but Hasan has been wildly obsessed with Asmongold. And Asmongold is the #1 streamer. He's the #1 top streamer. He's #1. #1. And Hasan doesn't like that. You know, despite the fact that Dan Clancy and everyone else are glazing Hasan and they saying happy birthday to him and send him a video, and the Hasan runs Twitch allegations and all that stuff. That's completely different, but let's just let Rev say.
Hasan Piker personally. Now, we've, of course, demoted him to the alt channel just for this video because I think this is a little more lighthearted, I guess. But there's been a lot going on, and there's some clips we're going to watch today that are just unhinged, to say the least, okay? So we see this clip that we're about to watch where Hasan talks about the double standards of his rhetoric versus Asmongold's and how it's punished on Twitch, and alleges that Asmongold defended nuking Tehran. Of course, that is in Iran, and right now there is a very serious conflict going on between Iran and Israel, but apparently Hasan has made up some assumptions about Asmongold's take on the conflict itself.
Asmond really defended U.S. nuking Iran and killing people? I can't really believe it. Why can't you believe it? It's the most believable thing. By the way, if I were to say that same thing about Tel Aviv, which I would never say for the record, and we ban people for saying that all the time, I would get banned instantly. But I have unironically used this as an example of like the double standard. Someone can say they want to nuke Tehran and kill everyone in it, and not receive any penalties whatsoever. It's not even a remote violation of terms of service. even though there's fucking Iranians living in Tehran right now on this platform that are streamers. Okay. But if someone were to say the exact same thing about fucking Tel Aviv, you know, you would get banned. Ironically enough, Iran does not have nukes, and Israel does have nukes. Now, I don't know how he defended the principle of you know, using nuclear weapons on Tehran. I doubt that he's openly stated it. Like, I doubt that he said it as is. Like, when he had the clarity, like the full-blown clarity of saying that Palestinians are an inferior culture that deserve to be genocided. When he said that, he got banned for it. So I think he knows better than to say something like that openly.
Now, what he's saying is great and all, but there's one tiny issue, just one really microscopic issue with what he's saying. Asmongold never said this. He never said this at all.
The crazy thing about this whole frickin' situation is Hassan is just fighting to stay afloat. He literally wants to be so far left about everything that none of his audience takes into consideration that he lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills. And he's trying to talk about like being a normal person and all this stuff. The same goes with like Pokimane, like that whole group of people, they don't know anything. Like they're spouting some weird form of rhetoric or something that they've been spoon-fed, I feel like. And at this point, like they are so out of touch with being with normal people that they consider their lives normal, when in comparison that they are the 1%. They are in the 1%. We've talked about how much money you have to make to be in the top 1% of the world. Income for the top 1%. Right there. That's your income. That's your income. To be in the 1%. That's what it is. That puts you in the top 1%.
At all, in any sort of a way. Hassan literally got one guide. This person, with their first message ever in his chat, shared a light novel, a fictional tale about what Asmongold thinks about this conflict, and immediately Hassan goes, yup, true, and I'm going to go off on a 1.5-minute rant berating Asmongold for this fictional take. This whole thing is so embarrassing and again shows that he's so obsessed with the man, he immediately takes anything negative or controversial about the man and takes it as a fact. And that is clear right here.
Wild.
But there's more clips where Hassan has called out Asmongold over Israel and called him an Israel lover and told him to get the F out of his country. And in quotes here, if you don't like the First Amendment, get the F out. Yeah, go live in Turkey. Go to Tel Aviv, dude. You seem to love Israel. Watch this.
Like it, you can leave, okay? Why don't you get the fuck out of my country, Asmongold?
Whoa. For one, don't say that this is your country when you bark and talk about how you hate the political leaders, you want certain socialist things, and you're going crazy over, like, bro, if you lived in those countries, you would not be able to talk about anything that you're talking about now. So this, I don't think this isn't Hassan's country at all. I don't think this isn't his at all. For those of us who have family members who've been in the military, for those of you who have been in the military yourselves once, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. I am a military baby myself. My dad was in the Navy. My cousins were in the military, the Army, the Marines. I come from a family who has fought for my rights and all of our rights. And that alone gives us a voice. Like, we have a voice because of those people. What the fuck has Hassan done for this country besides yap and try and go out and support riots, and then he gets shot at in a flashbang and just showing these people doing crimes in California? What is going on?
If you don't like the fucking First Amendment, get the fuck out. Go to a country that doesn't have free speech protections. Maybe you'll enjoy it more. There, you can actually also still do regime propaganda and be totally justified in being.
What is he talking about? He's the one that spouts so much rhetoric propaganda from Hamas. Like, oh no, this dude is so far gone. So far gone. And if Twitch supports this guy, that says a lot about that platform. That says a lot about their thoughts on things like this. And if they support that person, that's crazy.
Like, yeah, arrest these guys. Yeah, go live in fucking Turkey, bitch.
Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the way I feel about it.
I don't get it. Why don't you go to a country? Why don't you go to a country where there's no First Amendment? I don't like that you're trying.
Why doesn't Hassan go to a country where there's no First Amendment? Hey friend, I saw your channel and noticed that you're posting great content. Banned. Get out of here. Get banned twice.
Yeah, go to Tel Aviv, dude. They don't got free speech there. Go to Israel. You seem to love Israel. Why don't you go live there?
Bro, he's so out of touch with any sort of politics. What an idiot.
That's what I think. Let me see here if I can find the rest of these. So he did not say thank you.
What?
Why is he trying to like ratio him when he has no idea what he's talking about at all?
Him moving to a different country would be biological warfare and violate international law? Okay, well, even more. You're just telling me exactly why now he should move. Asmon doesn't support Israel, lol. This is why Asmon refuses to debate you when you lie about him. Wait, what? The easiest way to fucking... First of all, Asmon doesn't support Israel, lol, is hilarious. He doesn't support Israel. He just seems to criticize all of Israel's enemies all the time, non-fucking stop.
Bro, Asmon Gold has went on record saying that Israel's problems are Israel's problems, that he doesn't want America to fund a proxy war. Does this dude watch anything before he does the news? Or does his quote-unquote political commentary? What a loser.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't fully support Israel. He just supports everyone else that supports Israel, and he attacks everyone that doesn't support Israel.
I literally don't know what he's trying to say. Like, honestly.
Rev, me either.
You think actions should have consequences, or you criticize various parties, therefore you hate the First Amendment. Get out of America. It's so rich to hear Hassan Piker, the guy who said America deserved 9/11, the guy who constantly
crazy.
Just berates America nonstop. It basically makes it his entire personality. The online commie LARPer that is Hasan Piker is telling people to get the F out of his country, referring to America. This guy can't be serious. He really can't be serious. And none of the things he's saying makes any sense to any rational human being whatsoever. Why would Asmongold want to go somewhere that doesn't support the First Amendment? That makes no sense whatsoever. His ADS
Zero sense.
has gotten out of control, dude.
He does well,
but it gets worse. Recently, Hasan has revealed a letter, an email from the Department of Homeland Security revoking his global entry privilege, which, by the way, for those who don't understand, that means nothing. This means nothing, by the way. This is like the most insignificant thing ever, but he's acting like a victim because supporting terrorism and terrorist organizations has, well, caused issue for him. Embarrassing.
Yeah,
but
of course,
Asmongold has responded to some of these claims, just some of them, where he thinks Twitch should punish Hasan for standing in a freeway. Yeah, because that's illegal. As like one of the tenets of streaming on Twitch, you can't break the law while you're live streaming. And he was protesting in...
Bro, Extra Emily got banned for running a red light where they live, and Hasan has not been banned for going to California, standing and blocking traffic on a freeway, which is against the law in California, and Hasan is still able to stream on Twitch. Take this man's platform away, dude. Take it away. Why do you think so many people are multi-streaming now? They're multi-streaming because they don't want to support Twitch anymore. There's so many people just talking bad about Twitch, and they don't want to support it. I was multi-streaming before it was cool, and now we have all this stuff happening. It's just crazy to me that people like aren't really digging into these details and looking through the facades that are being put up. The smoke and mirrors are confusing everyone.
In the highway, blocking traffic. That is illegal. And he did it in front of like 70,000 live viewers. And nothing happened. Let's listen to this.
And it's begun. Not only is a terrorist sympathizer, now he's supporting riots, local federal police. Why is it allowed on your website? I mean, I will say that it is undeniable that Hasan getting in the highway yesterday and doing that is breaking the law. This is an undeniable reality that even people who support him, I think, would have to accept. The fact that he didn't get suspended immediately for doing this shows how blatantly biased Twitch is. Because
it is true. They're blatantly biased. We're going to get into something that happened earlier with one of the streamers that I look up to and has made a lot of advancements for Twitch and the bots and just making things for streamers who stream on Twitch like pretty regularly, and they got banned for something. So we'll get into that after this video.
Because you can have somebody in front of a live stream of thousands of people openly and flagrantly break the law in front of everybody on the top of your website. Do as a partnered streamer. This isn't a random person, right? This is a person Twitch knows who this is, and there are no consequences for doing that. Meanwhile, again, on the terms of service, and it would be one thing if the TOS didn't say this, but the TOS says that you have to observe the law and you have to not break the law whenever you're streaming. And this is the reason, for example, distracted driving and driving without a seatbelt isn't allowed. The reason why it's not allowed is not only is it unsafe, but it also is against the law.
Boom.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Get wrecked.
Advocating for rule of law when you support presidents broken thousands of laws. You're creating a false equivalency. I'm not going to waste my time with arguing about this. You're talking about Donald Trump. I'm not talking about Donald Trump. That has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I mean, this is just sad at this point. This is ADS on a level we've never seen before, but we kind of expect it at this point. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy. All right, so in other news, Nutty was banned yesterday. So got a lot of people asking what for. Banned for threatening innovation is a legendary way to go out, just assuming. This is crazy. So they get banned. No warning, mind you. Twitch is supposed to give you a warning before they banned you, period. That's what they're supposed to do. They didn't give him a warning. They didn't say anything besides that the reason I was suspended was a simulcast violation. I presume this was for showing multi-chat on screen. Not sure what I will do about my multi-chat widget, so in the meantime, I would recommend only using it for Twitch, or at the very least, turn off platform icons. So, simulcast guideline violation, 1-day suspension, 90-day expiration. The violation will expire from your account 90 days. This is new. They just added this. They removed VODs and clips. They removed the VOD and the clip. Any clips that came from that. The reason here, simulcasting guideline violations, failure to adhere to the Twitch simulcasting guidelines. Examples of violative conduct include, but are not limited to, the quality of Twitch users' experience of your simulcast is less than the experience on other platforms or services, including by your engagement with the Twitch community, for example, via chat, providing links or otherwise distracting your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast or other services, using third-party services that combine activity from other platforms or services on your Twitch stream during your simulcast, such as merging chat or other features, as this excludes or limits the Twitch community from the entirety of the experience of your live stream. So, you guys now know why I will never put any chat on screen ever. One, I had a chatter come in the green team and say something about they wanted fisted by lesbian or so. I don't know. I banned them immediately. I will never put my chats on screen because one, I can't trust anyone that's just going to pop in, randomly follow and say some stupid shit. I don't trust that. I will never trust that. If you've been in the community for a while and you haven't said anything stupid, and we've obviously interacted and had engagement and just been good engagement and things like that, cool, fine, whatever, you're here. Don't come in and say stupid stuff to get your ass banned. That's just dumb and ignorant. This whole situation has a fire under me because when I would stream, multi-stream, I had both chats on screen, right? I'm a nobody. Twitch never obviously found out. If someone probably is going to snitch on me right now, but either way, this whole situation is why I will never put my chats on screen. Now, as far as like providing links or other services, directing your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast or other services, everybody has a link that a bot puts in their chat that promotes some form of other service that is for something, be it their YouTube, their Twitter, their Blue Sky, any other fucking thing. This is ignorant. Nutty gets a ban. Hassan is still allowed to run around in the street and do illegal activities, but Nutty does makes a multi-chat widget, makes a new multi-chat widget for streamers and gets banned for using it. Tacos, welcome back. I don't understand. It's crazy to me that this happened. So now we have more. I actually think the real reason I got banned, I was asking my chat to send me TikTok gifts in the middle of my stream to test an alert, which is technically not allowed. If someone gives a $1,000 dono on YouTube, are we just supposed to pretend it didn't happen? This is actually insane. Like, he was trying to test a widget that he made, which was probably made to give out to streamers and all that stuff. And they they just blatantly banned them with no reason. We'll watch a video in a second. Nutty talks about it. This is crazy, dude. Now, I look up to Nutty because Nutty's made so many advanced things for StreamerBot and for Twitch alone. He's been working on some YouTube things. YouTube doesn't have as much to offer in StreamerBot when it comes to doing things. Like even in here, when I left click in that, it's either broadcast, chat, general, membership, things like that. Twitch has so many more things for StreamerBot. Like StreamerBot is a great bot to use. I wish they had other integrations for other streaming platforms, but they don't. Hopefully those are coming soon. But we have this happening, and then Nutty goes, update, I'm back. Although every single one of my past broadcasts and highlights was unlisted. The last stream was the only one completely deleted. So whatever I was banned for happened in my last stream. Luckily, I'm not stupid and have everything triple backed up. But best guess as to why I got banned, explicitly mentioning that I was going live on TikTok is a no-no. Guess I'll just be doing that silently from now on. Fine. That's fine. Of course, I commented, I suspect they never really gave you a reason besides the weird statements regurgitating their TOS. Which is true. They just regurgitated their TOS. Now we're going to watch this video. I watched it earlier just to make sure that there was nothing that's too crazy in here. But Nutty basically breaks down why they got banned and what you should do as a streamer. Now, I've seen so many other streamers who multi-stream on Twitch and other platforms, and they have their chats combined on screen. Now, if you read the TOS, it says not to do that. It's said not to do that for a long, long time. That is against the rules for Twitch TOS. It kind of baffles my mind. Like it actually doesn't even baffle me. I'm not even surprised that people read a terms of service and they make their own interpretation of that terms of service. They're not even reading it out and thinking, oh, this is what they mean. They're reading it and they're giving their own definition to things, which is completely crazy and utterly appalling. I was actually in a friend of mine's stream earlier, and one of their chatters said, this is the exact rules. And I said, actually, these are the rules. This is what the rules are. This is what's supposed to happen. And this is how it's supposed to be implemented. Now, clearly, Nutty gets a few hundred viewers comparison to someone like Tectone, who has both chats on screen now multi-streaming. Both chats. Both of his chats are always on screen while multi-streaming. He doesn't get banned for that. So if Nutty, who has been an innovator for Twitch, made a lot of cool things for streamers to use, as well as like Andy Lippy and a ton of other people, Tome, VR Flad. There's a lot of people who utilize StreamerBot and try to make the Twitch experience more interactive for things. Like, guys, that's why my stream has changed tenfold, because I started utilizing StreamerBot in the ability to create more dynamic alerts, more things that you can interact with, instead of having like the usual, like, oh, you can throw things at my model, or you can change my model, you can do this. Like, without StreamerBot, I could do that now. I could do a barrel roll if I want to. I can spin around, and that's all because of StreamerBot. I don't even have to put in a command. I can put that and link it to my Stream Deck and use it whenever I just want to go whoop, 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 whoop. I couldn't do that before. There was no other application that allowed me to do that before. I'd put that on my Stream Deck. At least I haven't found one. Like, it's crazy. We have the Pokemon game because of the Stream Up services. We have that because of StreamerBot. Like, this stream would be very boring comparative to other streams that aren't as interactive, right? The whole reason that Twitch wants to have channel points and be interactive like that is so that way the ADHD riddled minds of young people, which Twitch is a 13+ site, the ADHD riddled minds of younger people, they will stay engaged to long form content if they have something else to do. Like, I'm used to sitting down and actually watching Titanic on 2 VHS tapes, having to get up at the end of the VHS tape, put the other VHS tape in so that way I can continue the movie and sit there and watch it. Like, I'm used to things like that. But let's get into this video on why Nutty got banned.
So I just got banned. It's a 1-day ban, so it's not a big deal. I wasn't even going to stream tonight. What is a big deal is the reason I got banned. You probably already guessed it. It was a simulcasting guidelines violation. A lot of you guys probably already know this, but Twitch has a clause in their terms of service that...
Okay, let's read this. Simulcasting guidelines. We believe in giving you freedom to simultaneously stream to other services. But, right there, big word. That's a big word in the freaking... Oh no. In the world of contracts, the word but is a huge word to be using. We also want to ensure that Twitch user experience is not compromised. Okay, so you're allowed to stream to other platforms, but you have to make sure Twitch user experience is priority number 1. To that end, the following guidelines have been established. Okay, you ensure that the quality of Twitch users' experience of your simulcast is, at minimum, no less than the experience on other platforms or services, including by your engagement with the Twitch community, for example, via chat. So that means you have to make Twitch chat priority number 1. All other chats come second, or anything like that. That's what it is. That's their terms of service. Right there. That's rule number 1. You should not provide links or otherwise direct your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast on other services because we value the community on Twitch and the integral role community engagement plays for Twitch users. Now, that means what I'm getting from this is basically saying you can't redirect your community to go somewhere else. Like, technically, I should not be allowed to redirect you guys to YouTube, Kick, any other place, Twitter, any other stuff like that, Ko-fi, none of that. None of that should be, I should not be allowed to do that when every other streamer on this platform does that shit on a regular basis. Anyway. Sorry. So we must engage with Twitch chat more and or equally compared to other platforms. No, you have to make Twitch chat priority number 1. Everyone else comes second. Twitch chat comes first, and then your other chatters come second. Now, you also can't have other chatters on the screen. So, like, for example, if I had a multi-chat thing and I had the YouTube, the Kick, the Twitch, the Trovo, the Twitter, all that, if I had all those combined into one chat, that would essentially be ruining the experience for Twitch chat, because most multi-chat things put the little emblem of where you're chatting from into the username, as well as like all the other badges and stuff that member has from whatever platform they're on. So things like that is why I will never put chat on screen. I will never ever have chat on screen, especially if I want to simulcast, right? So if I'm multi-streaming to other platforms, I will never ever put chat on screen ever again, so that way I can keep my platform on Twitter or Twitch, excuse me, the other T word. You do not use third-party services that combine activity from other platforms or services on your Twitch stream during your simulcast, such as merging chat or other features. It says right there that you cannot merge your chats together into one chat at all. But what if you have more viewers in YouTube than Twitch? You'll automatically engage more with them than Twitch, right? If I have more YouTube viewers ever, I might just leave Twitch, because this terms of service completely makes it to the point where I can't do that. We got ads coming up, guys. I don't know why my TTS isn't working. Something happens. But like, we got ads in a minute, so. But if you have more viewers somewhere else, you have to make Twitch your priority. Because it's in their terms of service that says that you signed up for it, and especially if you're an affiliate, you've agreed to these terms of services long ago that you will make Twitch priority number one, and you will not use a third-party services to combine the activity of other platforms or services on your Twitch stream during your simulcast. So I'm pretty sure this whole ban was about how Nutty made a multi-chat widget that he has on his website. And within that multi-chat widget, I think you're able to turn on who is where. Let's just go to the website and see what it does. The multi-chat, yeah, multi-chat overlay. Supports Twitch and YouTube. Sorry, no TikTok support. Custom emotes, BBT, FFZ, 7TV, built-in subscriber donation alerts from Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, Ko-fi, Tippy Stream, Fourth Wall, customizable fonts, supports Twitch shared chat, and supports image embeds. So that just means it supports GIFs and stuff like that. So you can make it to where like your subscribers can send you a gift and it'll show up in chat on screen and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Like there's no other multi-chat overlay that does things like that. And this is someone who bleeds purple. Like they love Twitch forever, and they've been streaming for like 10 years on Twitch or something crazy like that. So it violates rule number 2. That violates this, but we have ads coming up. Yep. So we'll be right back, and then we'll get right into this further. We'll BRB, guys, so we don't want anyone to miss anything, so just hang out. We're gonna let ads run, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave chat. Don't go. No, wait. Hell, whoa.
So guys, we just wrecked another goal. We just wrecked the other goal now.
That's what I'm gonna start calling. That's what I'm gonna start calling all my subscribers are Princess Commanders.
Princess
Commander. All my subscribers are now known as Princess Commanders. Whoa.
Wait. No shame.
So guys, we just wrecked another goal. We just wrecked the other goal now.
They do not smell like onions.
They do, yeah. They make me want to make stew. I want to make stew out of your feet. No one heard that. You guys didn't hear that. Erase that from your mouth.
Get out of the trash. I can hear you getting in the trash.
Bro, guess what I got a Joseph Cola out of it.
You.
Slurp. I would post 13 energy, do you?
I mean, I could eat this melon.
But you gotta deliver it to someone.
Well, if I can find. That island became my home. Rocks, sand, salted winds. Stung my eyes. No spells would hold there. Not properly, at least. Magic was thin and stretched. Time itself felt lower. Like the island remembered what I had done. At first, I fought it. I tried to rebuild the glyphs. I whispered arcane syllables to the seas. I drew runes in the sand. Watched the tide. Washed them away. Again. And again. But eventually, I stopped casting. And I started listening.
Hey, you want a lighter? Do you have protection?
I have a lighter.
There you go. Oh shit.
Okay, well guess what we get to try today? Hi, Dad. I didn't come back with milk. I'll be back later. All right, we're back. So Pyro, violating rule number 2 would be providing links to redirect your community to leave Twitch or your simulcast for your simulcast. Can't say words right now. This situation has me like so up in arms over it. It's kind of disgusting because when I read this, when I started streaming, Twitch did not allow simulcasting at all, which is why I went strictly Twitch. I did multi-stream for a little bit, but then once I really dug into the terms of service and I had a lawyer friend of mine read it over and explain it to me, I stopped immediately. I got rid of Botrix. I started looking for other things to utilize in my stream. And that's where I landed on just like just sitting down and learning StreamerBot. Basically what it does is what they're saying is like you can't have like, so Botrix has a thing where you can combine chats from different stuff and then use that overlay as a browser source on your stream, right? It will also put like little tags, like for example, on my StreamerBot, I have little tags that shows me that you're chatting Pyro from Twitch. There's a little Twitch logo there. I also have little tags from like when the bot goes out. Like I can toggle in my chat to where to send the message. So if I want to send a message to Twitch, I can send it to Twitch. If I want to send it to YouTube, I can send it there, or I can send it to both, whatever. I will never ever put my chat on screen for that reason, because I don't want any sort of issues coming to my channel like that.
Prevents you from combining multiple chats on screen. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that
this is his multi-chat widget that he uses. Or he made, sorry. So you see here how there's little icons next to the name. Little icons here that say Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. Different things like that.
I built a tool that allows you to combine multiple chats on screen. I'm not actually sure if that's the reason I got banned, but if it is, this is the first time I've ever seen this rule actually be enforced. It's not new. It's actually been in Twitch's terms of service for like over a year at this point, but nobody's actually been banned for it until now. You used to not be able to multi-stream at all, but during TwitchCon, not last year, but the year before that, they announced that they would finally allow multi-streaming, but with a few caveats. And can I just say, some of the rules they have are a complete joke. If you actually read the terms of service, they've made it so vague that they could pretty much ban most people that are streaming on Twitch right now. So let's actually read through them so you can see what I mean. The first dot point says, you ensure that the quality of Twitch users' experience of your simulcast is, at a minimum, no less than the experience of other platforms or services. Basically, what this means is you have to stream at the same quality to all platforms, or Twitch has to be the highest quality. So you can't stream on 4K on YouTube, but 720p on Twitch, for example. That's fine. I mean, I think it's bullshit and shows some insecurity on Twitch's end.
I will agree with Nutty. It is pretty bullshit, because what if I can stream to YouTube at 4K? They have that option. YouTube has that option. Twitch just came out with 2K. You can stream at 2K now. Like, why are you so far behind if you want to keep up and you're like saying things like this in your TOS? It doesn't make sense.
But it's fine. At least it's a clear rule. The second part makes no sense. Including by your engagement with the Twitch community. for example, via chat. What does that even mean? Does that mean we have to respond to Twitch chat more than YouTube chat?
Yes, that's exactly what it means, Nutty. That is exactly what the fuck they're saying. And that's crazy to say that in your TOS when you just want, like, you want people to multi-stream. Yeah, they are. You're right, Pyro. They are behind. Instead of fixing it, they just do things that, like, no, you can't make us look bad. How dare you? Blah 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 blah.
Like, if we spend 75% of our time responding to YouTube messages compared to Twitch messages, is that a violation?
Yes.
What if I get a huge donation on YouTube? Am I allowed to acknowledge it, or would that be too much engagement for you? Like, what is the appropriate level of engagement for Twitch? Like how do you even quantify that? I know at the start of the video I mentioned that I used multi-chat on stream, and that could be a reason why I got banned, but I actually think that's not the reason. I think this is the real reason.
Yeah, you essentially have to make Twitch a priority. The way I see around that is, like, let's say I am in the situation with Nutty where someone donates $1,000 on YouTube. I would just acknowledge it by saying the username. I don't have chat on screen. The only thing they would be able to do is, like, dig in my chat logs and see, oh, that user wasn't on Twitch, blah 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 blah. Blah blah. Like, what about everyone that donated via Ko-fi for the Donathon? Thank you all, by the way. You all are G's and absolute units for doing that. But like that, like, acknowledging those, does that get me a banned? Do I get banned for acknowledging those? Because those came from a different website. Those came from a third party service. Sorry, YouTube, I can't respond to your messages right now because I'm waiting for more Twitch engagement first. Yeah, that's crazy.
Right here. Last week, I went live on TikTok, and I did the whole setup on stream so you guys can actually see how I go live on TikTok with OBS, which I plan to make a YouTube video explaining how that's done. And during my stream, I asked my TikTok viewers to give me some gifts so I can test some of my TikTok alerts that I've been building. Gifts are basically TikTok's currency, kind of like Twitch bits, but for TikTok. And my suspicion is the actual act of asking for gifts, which is like revenue on a different platform. That's actually the thing that got me, because there's no way that I got suspended just because I was talking to TikTok viewers too much or thanking too many super chats on YouTube. That would be insane. But again, this is Twitch, so like we really have no idea. After people found out I got banned on Twitter today, someone actually reached out to me. I'm not gonna mention who, but I got tipped off that Twitch actually might be cracking down on people that have links to their Kick channel in their Twitch panels. I have no idea if this is true, but supposedly dozens of streamers last week got a warning from Twitch. But whatever the case might be,
that's crazy. That's crazy. So what about all those links that I was allowed to add in my panel? Like, what about my Blue Sky, my Twitter, my TikTok, and YouTube that I'm allowed to add via Twitch? You better take those away, Twitch. You better do it. You better stop it. You better stop it, because this whole enforcing rules, make people an example, make Hassan an example. Do better, Twitch. You're failing. Ban for each offense. Good. Ban me 4 fucking times. I don't care, Twitch. I'll literally leave the platform. I will. I will do it. I've done it before when the simulcast thing, and I went strictly Twitch. I bled purple for a couple years. But you know what? That's starting to dry up real fast. It's not even purple doesn't even look good. That's not even my color, guys. What?
This all just feels like a huge unforced error from Twitch.
Almost makes me want to just switch to YouTube or Kick. Yeah. I mean, we're on multiple platforms now, right now, this very instance, we're on multiple platforms. We're doing it right now. But God forbid I tell you guys to go somewhere else.
They really should just allow multi-stream instead of being hostile.
I'll just tell you in Discord. What's Discord gonna do? Ban me? Their CEO sucks anyway.
Towards streamers that actually want to be on your platform. Like, I've been one of the biggest supporters for Twitch, despite all the times that they've shot themselves in the foot for no reason. Like last week, I got roasted by the entire Kick community because I made a crappy joke about Kick streamers. Like, I actually want to be on Twitch. I'm like one of the few people that actually still supports Twitch. Like, it just...
It's true. He's actually one of the few people that actually support Twitch and actually give a shit about it. He literally cares so much about Twitch that he started his website to help streamers to stream better, make their stream look better by using StreamerBot. I got a lot of Twitch friends, but not a lot of the viewers. I wouldn't bother me to switch as far as stream goes. Dude, like, I don't think I get that many viewers, but I also am very bad about comparing myself to other streamers, especially like Nutty. Like, I was in Nutty's stream literally earlier today. They had like 400 Twitch viewers. I don't know how many viewers they had on the other platforms at all, but like, I compare myself to other streamers. Nutty's also been streaming for 10 or 12 years now on Twitch, and I think they started on Twitch when it was Justin TV. So like, they've been streaming a very long time before they even got to the point of getting you a Twitch partner. Like, they worked their ass off to get where they are now. So like, banning them and like trying to make an example out of them, and you saw like in the tweet, I get depressed. Yeah, I do that too, but then I just like I use that when I compare myself, because I did this when I was like starting my art career too, is I would like compare myself to other tattoo artists who have been doing it longer than me, and then I had to remind myself, like, they've put in the work, they've put in the time and effort, whereas I'm still new to this whole experience. Like, I'm still learning things, right? I have a long way to go before I'm at their level. And you know, some people do get lucky overnight where they just like, bam, they're good. I'm sure my wife could attest to this, that she probably wasn't good at making art years ago, but she's been drawing since she was a kid. She loves drawing, she loves making art. And look at her art now, and I look at her art when she was in high school. It is night and day difference. Like, just the time that she had to get better at art and like actually break it down, she's made leaps and bounds. Now, if I look back at my art from when I started my art career to my art now, it's night and day difference. I would not be able to do tattoos that I do now. I wouldn't be able to draw half the shit that I draw now comparative to when I started. Like, that in itself is amazing. And it goes the same for streaming, is like, you have to really practice, you have to put in the time, you have to learn the marketing. It's a whole different business practice. Yeah, exactly, Pyro. Practice. It's a whole different thing that we have to learn, right? When I started streaming, I didn't think that I was immediately just going to be overnight famous, right? I went in so many different VTubers chats asking them questions and like asking if I can DM them and ask like questions about things, because I wanted to learn a little bit before I dove in. I'm also the person that like likes to dive in head first in things and like learn as I go, because I'm like that hard-headed about stuff sometimes. But then I actually like I had to sit down when I stopped simulcasting, and then Twitch actually announced a year after I stopped that they were going to allow everyone to do that. I had to wait and physically say, like, what can I do to make my stream better? I sat down and I watched one of my streams, and I realized that it was pretty boring. I didn't do a lot of moving, I didn't do very much talking, I did just like a lot of gameplay. I didn't have like any external like monologue stuff happening where like I would talk about what I'm doing or the thought process behind what I'm doing. And then like I would have people join chat, or while like I would have people join chat, and slowly have I grown and had this great community that I have. We are small, but we are mighty, right? Like I appreciate each and every one of my friends that I've made, right? I feel like that we can say that we're friends because we're such a small community. Now, if I like magically blow up overnight because of this video or like talking about this shit, cool, wonderful. that'll help me make money, and then I can help other streamers be like, hey, XYZ, it might not work for you. What's it going to hurt to try, right? If you try it, it's not for you, then you know that that content isn't for you, or you know that that style of doing things isn't for you. And you can probably take that as a tool and learn from it and allow yourself to manipulate it to make it work for you in a way, right?
It just seems like the consumer confidence in Twitch is at an all-time low.
Why is it at an all-time low, Nutty? It's probably because Hassan and Asmongold are having a crazy war right now, and everyone's wishing that Twitch would just apply their TOS to Hassan instead of letting their little baby golden boy go without getting touched.
And it's shit like this that just adds to it. Just remove the clause in your terms of service, and then maybe you'll gain a little bit of support back from your viewer base and the creators that actually want to stream on Twitch. And you know what? While we're talking about equal stream quality across all platforms, you know what? I actually agree with that. I agree with Twitch here. Let's give all streamers the ability to rewind. YouTube does it. Kick does it. Let's give everyone the ability to rewind so the user's experience can be equal across all platforms. And don't charge us money, because they don't charge you money to do that on Kick and YouTube. How about this cringe right here?
That is absolutely based. That is fucking based. Vine boom indeed. Twitch, why don't you let viewers rewind? Why don't you let them rewind instead of making them pay to rewind? Why don't you have 4K? Why can't I stream in 4K? What if I want to stream in 4K? I can't do that. If you're going to make us do this stuff, then why don't you up your game? You're the ones that have the money to do this. You're the ones that have the power to do this. Do it. Do better. Knowing Twitch, they want to make money off everything. Yeah, they need to actually enforce like the terms of service equally. They already have had Hassan and other political streamers ruin the ad revenue because no one wants to play their ads over some stupid political streamer spouting nonsense that they have no idea about and just spitting rhetoric to their community about things that make no fucking sense. I don't understand it. Like, get your shit together, Twitch. If you want to be a competitive platform, and you want to know why everyone is leaving your platform to go to Kick or go to YouTube or choosing those over that, do better. Do better, do more work. Like, stop giving people crap answers. Like, you're failing. When is Bezos going to step in and be like, you guys all suck, I'm selling Twitch, you're all fired? I'm waiting for that day. The day will probably come very soon.
Here, you should not provide links or otherwise direct your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast on other services, because we value the community on Twitch and the integral role community engagement plays for all Twitch users. This is the only point that kind of makes sense. I mean, if I'm being as charitable as possible to Twitch, you know, like, cringe aside and this whole we care about the Twitch viewer experience, like, ignoring that stuff, like, it makes sense that Twitch doesn't want you leaving to go to YouTube or leaving to go to Kick. They want to retain your viewership. So, you know what? I get this point.
Yeah. So how YouTube pushes you with watch time. That's how they push your content on YouTube, is if you have tons of watch time, right? Then your content gets pushed higher and higher up the algorithm, and it gets recommended to more people if it has a bunch of watch time. Twitch, if you want to make a big impact, you have to have concurrent viewers. So people literally sitting there in your stream, even if they have the tab muted and they're sitting in your stream and they have it on, that is a concurrent viewer, and that is going to help that streamer get pushed into the algorithm and recommended to more people. That part is where they're kind of struggling. Like, my viewer count fluctuates so much because concurrent viewers, people like, I stream I stream after all the big fish are done. That's what I do, is I try to stream after everyone is done, and that allows me to, as a little fish, get some food, right? That allows me to make money to pay my bills, because I would like to make this a full-time gig and even maybe combine opening a tattoo studio and streaming, right? I'm a concurrent viewer just trying to help. Dude, Pyro, I appreciate you so much. You are in every stream. I do see you at every one of my streams. Unless something comes up, which I understand, guys, life happens and sometimes you can't be here, and I'm not going to berate anyone for that. Like, shit like that happens, and I get it, trust me. I've done that shit where, like, I just want to say hi to my friends who are live, and then I have to close the tab or I won't be productive, because, like, I work on things before stream, sometimes I work on things after stream, sometimes I game. Like, I sometimes will AFK in games and do work while I'm AFKing in that game and stuff like that. Unless I have to work or you stream quite a bit early than I'm used to. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like, I try to be consistent. Today I was late because I was cooking dinner, because like I was grinding in Guild Wars 2 because there's an event going on. I want all the things, blah, 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 RPG MMO brain. But I made dinner a little late, so I started a little late, but I try to start at the same time. I did notice that I have higher viewership when I stream during the big dog hour, which is anywhere between noon and 6 p.m. is usually when the bigger streamers are on. When I was doing that, I was getting more concurrent viewers, which, I mean, I just physically don't have that in me to stream earlier or in the middle of the day like that, because that's my work time. That's the time I sit down and I work my schedule. I still have clients that I have to talk to. I still have like things that I have to work on and make sure it's fixed for stream later that day and things like that. But like, that all aside, is I liked Twitch for a while, and now it's starting to rub me the wrong way. And I don't know why. But I'm beginning to think it's because they're trying to rework their TOS and allow content creators a little bit more freedom from their platform. But I don't know if I want, like, if I got offered Twitch partner, I might take it. Will I ever apply for Twitch partner? Probably not, based on everything that's going on right now with Twitch.
This next one, though, this one's insane. You cannot use third-party services that combine activity from other platforms or services on your Twitch stream during your simulcast, such as...
So this is where I like basically ratioed someone in my friend's chat, where they were like, these are the rules, you're not breaking the rules, and I'm like, actually they kind of are breaking the rules, because this section right here, you do not use third-party services that combine activity from other platforms. I'm only suspecting that you're using a Botrix overlay in your streaming software and you're merging chats, because I can see the little purple little bubble, as well as the other little emblem. So you are technically breaking the rules. And if that person who said that they're not breaking the rules is a streamer, shame on them for not understanding the rules. Guys, I do these streams like this, not just to do the news and to talk about the drama and all that other stuff, because I have a section in the Discord, so that way I can post the YouTube videos, so that way you guys can watch them and make your own opinion up for yourselves. That's what I do with my news. Like, I want you to develop your own opinion and not just kind of follow my coattail and be like, yeah, you're right, blah, blah, blah. If you agree with me, that's fine. If you disagree with me, also fine. Like, that happens. We're humans. We have different opinions about different situations and different things. That's just what it is. But if you're using a third-party service, i.e. a bot like Botrix or any other thing that's putting multiple chats up on screen during your simulcast for Twitch and whatever other platforms you're using, you're breaking the simulcast guidelines. Flat out. Boom. Bam. That's what it is. And I hope that other person is not a streamer. I hope it was just a chatter that was trying to make sure that their Oshi has good things. What, an ad break already? Snoozing it. I'm snoozing it. That's crazy. I've been yapping that long. Wait, unless I have to work. Oh, sorry, I just read that already. The ad announcement threw me off.
Merging chat or other features, as this excludes or limits the Twitch community from the entirety of the experience of your live stream. This is the one rule that most people know about already. If you stream on Twitch and YouTube, you are not allowed to show your YouTube chat on stream at all.
At all.
I can't even begin to describe how stupid this rule is. According to Twitch, showing YouTube messages on screen is somehow going to exclude or limit the Twitch community.
How? Twitch, I would like you to explain me how. Right now. Twitch staff, get in my chat. Right now. Where are you? Oh, that's right. You don't care about the small streamers. You care about the people who are putting money in your pocket, and you want to make an example of them. I'm tired of it, you know? I'm friggin' tired of it. And I want the community. I'm an idiot. I want the business to do better. Like, if you're gonna hold these standards up, allow 4K on your Twitch channels. Let us stream at 4K. Let us have that opportunity. If you're not letting us have that opportunity, then you're falling behind. You're falling behind all the other platforms that are doing these things and making these things advancements.
Literally how? I don't understand this point at all. In what way does showing YouTube messages on screen exclude the Twitch community? What does that even mean? If anything, showing YouTube messages on screen lets your Twitch viewers know what, like, they're included in the conversation. Like, imagine
Amen.
So I'm talking to someone on YouTube, like, hey Steve YT, and then someone on Twitch is gonna be like, who's Steve? I don't see a Steve YT over here. Like, I just don't get it. But you know what's even worse? The wording here makes it sound like you can't even show alerts on stream.
It does.
Again, am I allowed to show YouTube super chats on screen?
If anything, it opened up communication even more. Yeah, that was my thing, is like, sometimes that will allow your chats to be a part of the conversation instead of sitting there, like Nutty said, like, who's Steve YT? Why is Steve YT not in Twitch chat? Who is he talking to? Is he crazy? He must be a crazy man. Ban him off this platform.
Am I just supposed to ignore every time someone gives me money on YouTube? What about Stream Elements donations? Stream Elements donations, that's technically activity from other platforms. What about Patreon? I made a widget that shows whenever someone joins my Patreon. Like, am I allowed to do that? It's just so vague, and it makes it possible for Twitch to ban basically whoever they want, because pretty much every streamer is using some kind of external or other platform on their stream, whether it's like for donations or like merch alerts or whatever that might be. I'm not saying that you should take away your Stream Elements donation links. Like, obviously Twitch is not going to start banning people that use Stream Elements. That would be insane. But like, the wording here technically makes stuff like that permissible. And even when they say,
it does make stuff like that permissible. It basically allows them to be like, oh, you showed a YouTube, you tried to get people to go to your YouTube Shorts channel. No, hero. No. You're banned. You get a ban. Ban hammer. Bring down the thunder.
Other platforms, they only.
So we can't do anything to encourage viewers to go to other platforms we might be streaming to. Nope. I can't even mention that I'm multi-streaming technically, based on their TOS. Now, what I can do is I can go into Discord and put those links in my Discord server and say, we're doing this now. I hope you guys catch me over there. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. There's people that like the Twitch platform experience over any other platform experience, and vice versa as well. There's other people who prefer other platforms over top of, Twitch, and I don't understand. Doesn't sound like there's a rule against it. Yeah, there is. You can't really. However, it's fine for us to encourage people to leave those platforms and come to Twitch. Yes, we can encourage people to come to Twitch. Now, the way I do that is I use StreamerBot for everything Twitch related. Everything that you guys can do with your channel points, everything that you guys can do with the commands, everything just in general that you guys can do on Twitch. I specifically only made that stuff for Twitch. You can't do anything else on any other platform right now. You can't interact from any other platform at all with me right now. I made them all Twitch exclusive just to keep my ass away from that rule. That sounds ridiculous for Twitch to say that. It is. It's the whole thing is ridiculous.
Only mean
that's just my opinion.
Like streaming platforms. Like even if they clarify that, that's still a bullshit rule because again, when people are donating to you on other platforms, it's insane that you're not allowed to acknowledge people that give you money. Like they're giving you money. We should be able to say like show stuff on screen when that happens. Like I said, it's a one-day suspension. Like I don't care. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and then I'm unbanned. Like it literally doesn't affect me in any way. I just don't like how the rules are so vague and I don't even know why I got banned. Like my assumption is gonna be because I used multi-chat, but it doesn't actually tell me that. And even if that was the case, why am I getting targeted? There are people with like 10K viewer streams that have multi-chat, and I've not heard a single person get in trouble for that. I'm literally the only person that's been in trouble for this.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. How are you not supposed to do it again if you don't know why? That's the worst part, is like if you don't know why, then you have no way of, oh shit, we're in ads. See, this is why I have the TTS, damn it. All right, I guess we'll BRB, guys. We're in ads. I'm gonna run a double set because I got stuck in these, and then we'll finish up the talk. I don't want to talk without everyone else being here on the purple team, so we're gonna run the ads and we'll be right back, guys. So just hold on to your thoughts. Hold on to your thoughts. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. Oh, wait.
I just want to be a window licker. I want to be like my dad.
Save us now! Just save us and leave. We can't. We're holding soap and we can't drop it. And we did a bit and it's gotten out of hand. And we're talking about jerking off together at a computer. Please save us. Please, please.
So, what ghost is it?
Please, we don't know. We died. We're guessing Onryo. We all have our soap. We're guessing Onryo. We jerked off at a computer together. It's been a time since you've been gone, Lush. Help.
I just want to be a window licker. I want to be like my dad. What just happened?
Oh my god, what just happened?
Just know, all I have to say is once I jump off, don't let two white women make a podcast out of me. Please.
Don't let two white women make a podcast. Oh no, Sergeant, you can't leave us like that.
No.
What are we gonna do without him?
No, I didn't know. You got beat to death. Yeah, we both got drugged. But she is mommy.
sync.
I was gonna try to. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Oh no, chat.
Did I say ooh?
I heard an
I don't
ooh.
remember saying ooh.
I don't know if Rain said an ooh.
I don't remember saying it, but
I'm glad you're doing well,
clip it if you
Jackals.
think you heard it.
Yeah, if you think you heard it, clip it for proof. You won't. You won't. You're doing good. I'm doing well. I had a busy morning. Tried to get everything ready for...
Can't freak me out. I knew that was a ghost event. Get fucking gamed on. I didn't even smudge a little bit. I shot a little bit, but that wasn't my smudge.
That wasn't my smudge.
Oh,
That's...
just push the goal.
I got. I
You
should
got
have
got.
up. I got. Yep.
Yeah,
You were talking too much.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets are the Endermen of IRL bugs. You look at a Yellow Jacket and it just starts screaming and stings you.
Angry bees. A piece of me, angry bees. I'm a PvP master. Okay. You're not mad at me? Are you mad at me now? You just... Okay.
Who puts lube in a nice container like this and then leaves it by the sink? Who does that? Who does that? Now this person, if you look at their stream setup, absolutely could be one of those like high-class gooners that just goes in the bidet and turns on the bidet and just starts gooning away on their hog in the freaking toilet. But like, I would not use this nice thing to put my lube. No. Not at all. I would use my, I would use the bottle it came in.
I didn't know it was soap. It was too dark to see.
One that hides, they have a massive jerk disorder.
I found another soap. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, don't pick up
No,
the soap. The soap is cursed on this map. If you're dead, you can't drop it. You can't pick anything else up. You're screwed.
Can't drill you.
Yeah, put me on a leash, daddy.
Save us now! Just ghost and leave. We can't. We're holding soap and we can't drop it. And we did a bit and it's gotten out of hand. And we're talking about jerking off together at a computer. Please save us. Please, please.
So, what ghost is it?
Please, we don't know. We died. We're guessing on Rio. We all have our soap. We're guessing on Rio. We jerked off at a computer together. It's been a time since you've been gone, Lush. Help.
You ever taken your sister to the Waffle House, got back to the ranch, and realized you aren't in Alabama anymore? That's what it's like to drive a Ford F-150.
Welcome to Hot Takes with Hero. Ludwig, who lost a bet with Iron Mouse, finally debuted their VTuber model. And what did the community have to say? The community said we should gatekeep VTubing. And what I think we should do is maybe gatekeep your opinions to yourself and let others be creative instead of being an interaction farmer on Twitter. Stop it. Get some help.
I want that trident so bad. How? All right, we're back. So, yeah, how are you supposed to not do it again if you don't know why? They gave him a very vague answer, right? They didn't tell him exactly. We can only assume it was because of the multi-chat widget based on the terms of service that they sent to him and all the things that they said in the terms of service, which is crazy. They're supposed to issue a warning beforehand.
This, as far as I know. Some people are saying that the reason Twitch doesn't allow multi-chat is because they can't moderate messages that come from other platforms.
If we did have you combine chat
You are now responsible for whatever is said on the chat on those other streams.
Okay, so with him saying that, this is exactly why I put all of my chats when I go offline into subscriber only and emote only mode. We as streamers are responsible for anything that is said in our chats, even after we go offline. That's the crazier part, is they're holding us responsible when we're not live for our chat, because you can go in other people's chat when they go offline. You can keep chatting. Like, I don't think Blair does it, but I've been in Blair's chat when she doesn't raid out and there's people still chatting in there. So that's a thing. Like, we're held responsible, so anyone can come in your chat and say some vile shit, and you're held responsible as a streamer for what is said in your chat. So I recommend anyone who streams, once you go offline, you put it in subscriber only, stream, and emote only. I actually have it set up in StreamerBot that when I go offline, it does my stream lockdown thing. So it plays a sound, blah, 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 because I have it set up so, like, if we get hate rated again or anything like that, we shut it all down. It updates their shield mode status. It puts it in emote only mode, puts it in subscriber only mode, turns off all of my stuff. It turns off, like, my bit menu. It turns off channel points, commands, everything. It disables everything. It does all that for me when I go offline. Now, moderators do have a command that they can lock down the stream if they want to as well. But then when I go live, so when I push my start streaming button in OBS, it will unlock everything, turn off shield mode, turn off emote only mode, and all that stuff for me, and turn on the channel points, the commands, and the bit menu, and all that. And any other platform, I have to manually do that. If that's true, that would make sense. Yeah, if they banned him for having the multi-chat on screen, then that makes sense. But they didn't really tell him why.
Because if somebody comes in and says something against our community guidelines, we don't know if this person is suspended, if this person is banned, if something's happening to this person. We have no information about that at all.
And I'm sorry, I don't buy that excuse. If that was the case, just write that in your terms of service. And if that was really the case, does that mean why am I allowed to stream my COD lobbies? Because we all know COD players love their 4-letter and 3-letter slurs, right? Why am I allowed to do that, but I can't show messages from YouTube, which are an actual core part of the stream? Why isn't that allowed? And why are you suspending streamers before anything has happened? Can you imagine, like, a cop pulls you over and then and he starts writing you a ticket, and you're like, oh, officer, why are you writing me a ticket? And he's like, oh, well, because, you know, you have the potential to speed. So we thought we'd just get ahead of it and give you a speeding ticket right now. That's how stupid you sound. And to top all of this off, at the very bottom of their
in-game chats are shown on stream. Yes. So Pyro, have you ever noticed that when I play Guild Wars 2, that I actually put my model over the chat for the game? And any other Guild Wars 2 streamer, they either blur their chat or they put their webcam or something over top of the chat in game. There's a reason for doing that. Because I was playing Guild Wars before and I was on the other side of the screen. This is why I game on this side of the screen now. I always put my model on the side where chat is, so that way chat doesn't come up and get me banned for something that is said in game. Yeah, my whole model blocks it out. I mean, here, I'll let me do a thing. Boop, boop. You need to go away. Get out of here. So we'll yes, we do have to be careful about in-game chats. Let me just open the game. It's gonna open, yeah, it's gonna open like that. Give me a second. I'll show you. So if we We'll turn the TV off real quick. Let me go to the gaming screen. So I sit over here, right? Now, if I join the game or open the game, you guys aren't going to have any, well, I guess you do have audio because we streamed this last. So you see kind of behind me here, if I lean, this is the in-game chat, right? My whole body covers it when I stream this game. I do that on purpose because map chat gets wild in this game. So that's why I do that. I'm protecting myself from any potential weirdos that are trying to come in the chat and the map chat and be weird.
Simulcasting guidelines. It explicitly states, if you fail to adhere to the simulcast guidelines, Twitch will send you a warning prior to taking any enforcement action.
Where was Nutty's warning then?
Where was my warning? Did I miss something? Or is my warning gonna come after my suspension's up? Like, I'm just saying, your own guidelines explicitly say that you should receive a warning, and I didn't receive one. But yeah, for anyone that is currently using my multi-chat overlay, I would recommend that you either turn off the YouTube toggle altogether, or at the very least, turn off the platform icons toggle, so it doesn't look like you're combining chats on the screen, because I have no idea if this is just a one-off suspension or...
My question, define warning. Yeah, they're supposed to send you a warning. Is the one-day ban a warning? I don't think so. They're supposed the ban was the enforcement action, right? That's what they enforced. So if you fail to adhere to the simulcast guidelines, Twitch will send you a warning prior to taking any enforcement action. To me, enforcement action is that one-day ban that Nutty received. That is not a warning. When you ban someone, that's enforcement. You're enforcing these are broken, or your TOS somewhere was broken. You didn't send a warning. You didn't do anything.
Is just a one-off suspension, or if this is going to be the beginning of the start of a wave of streamers that are going to get suspended in the next few weeks. In conclusion, what the fuck, bro? Like, bro, amend your terms of service, Twitch. I want to keep building widgets for streamers and helping streamers. Like, that's literally all I do in this channel. Is I try to help as many people as possible, but I can't do that if you suspend me. When I feel like I'm one of the few people left on YouTube that actually advocates for Twitch and supports Twitch streamers. Like, everyone else turned on Twitch. I'm still here. Like, I want to do more stuff for Twitch streamers. Like, I'm still here. Just don't suspend me. I'm literally just trying to make experiences better for streamers. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week with a real video that isn't just me whining all the time.
I don't think he was whining. I think he was telling us what exactly his thoughts were and how he felt about this. He was breaking it down. So I think Nutty did a great job. But guys, that is it for us. That's all for us tonight. So we are going to find someone to raid out to. We had a nice chat about the news and about all the things, about all the good stuff. So let's find a friendo to raid out to. Nats is playing, and Nats is addicted to Elden Ring right now. She has been playing so much Elden Ring. It's crazy. Oh, Bitsy's live playing Resident Evil. Let's go say hi to Bitsy then. Yeah, I would think the same thing, but I would assume they would define those terms in the contract somewhere. You ever tabbed? Okay, we'll go there. Boop. All right. Do this.
But does that matter?
Oh my gosh, I don't know why it's doing this. I'm fixing it real fast. Don't go anywhere. Hold on, chat.
Left or right though? Or
Where
is
is
that
it?
just like a trick?
Where is it? Oh, I have so many scenes. Here.
Okay, so basically the first time I just did it the opposite way. And I'm not stupid.
Okay, I fixed
The
it.
end. Thank you very much.
I fixed it. Grab your raid messages, guys. We're gonna go over show Bitsy some love. Let's ask her what her favorite Taco Bell order is, and we are going to just all in all show our love. So make sure you guys check your stuff, get all your stuff ready to go. And until next time, guys. Bye bye. Good night, Johnny.
So I'm gonna go try to do that real quick. And get whatever that is. And then that's so much good progress, huh? That's so much good progress. That's all you remember. Dude, oh shit. Wait. I'm not mentally ready.